What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dragonryders Media. I'm your host, Vincent, aka Dragonrider, baby. Let's go, man. It's another exciting year in crypto. It's another exciting year in business. Man, I'm gonna tell you what, this year has had its ups and downs. And no, it's not an elevator joke. And man, I'm gonna tell you what, dude, I'm pumped. It's now the end of the year. It's my end of the year stream. Dude, awesome stuff, man. This year has been crazy. It's been a lot of growth for a lot of different people, a lot of different entrepreneurs and such. Some of my friends in crypto, my friends outside of crypto. I mean, it's been a crazy year, and I am very, very excited to share with you all, a lot of different things. Also, hey, hot off the presses, baby. Dragonryders Media is now an official affiliate for AI energy drink, man. So I'm gonna post that product code, and if you want to get on some of that train, you save you 15% off your first purchase, or I think every purchase. Matter of fact, look, I ain't even got all my info in front of me right now because I was super excited. I just wanted to drop that bomb. But yes, man, bullish on everything. Look, Tim Shea in the building, man. Yes. Bullish on everything all day, every day. We just bulling around and being bulls. But yeah, hey, all right. So welcome to the stage. I always have my guests. It's my end of the year shindig that I do. I always bring on some guests and stuff. And later on during the show, we may have people popping in and out, but later on during the show, I always post the StreamYard link. So anybody that wants to hop in on the conversation, come up, say hi. F you. I don't care, man. Hey, because ain't nobody stopping this mojo, ain't nobody stopping this train. Welcome to the stage, Trucker and Bleaves. Let's go.
What's going on, buddy?
What is going on?
Man, it's great, man.
His laugh gets me every single time. It's one of those contagious laughs.
I appreciate that, man. Oh man, this has been a great year. I mean, it's a lot of growth. Like I said, man, it's been a lot of growth for everybody. I mean, Dragonryders Media has done way better than I even expected it. Man, you guys over at Interlink are just killing it. Bleaves is just, man, he Bleaves, man. He's just doing it. He's doing it big, man. His guys everywhere. His channel has grown phenomenally, man. I mean, it's just, I can't say anything more, man. I love to see my friend. I like to see everybody win, man. But I especially like to see my friends win in whatever they do, man. Because this is there's too much to go around for everybody to be selfish and being snooty and being jealous of everybody else's success and growth. You know what I mean?
Yep. Hey, man, share my screen so that everybody can see this real quick before we get started here. All right, guys, do you see this chart?
Baby. Woo!
You see this chart? This chart doesn't mean anything. Do you see this motherfucker in the background playing on his goddamn phone when I invite him over for Christmas?
Oh, what? I was watching the games.
Do you see this shit over here? Me and my cousin.
That even makes it worse that you're watching the game.
Yeah, me and my cousin.
No, there was a game going on the family was playing.
Yeah, we were playing a game. You see this shit right here? I have to pull him in just to make a fucking video. You see what I'm saying?
Dude, look,
photogenic as a fart.
Because look, man, I have to be more like, especially like out in the public, I have to be more open and have that willingness to do videos. Because like I say, I'm the type of person, I don't like to take advantage of like situations and shit. I don't want to seem like, oh yeah, I just showed up to Bleaves to get a video with Bleaves. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just that type of person. Like I don't like to take it, to seem like I'm trying to take advantage of any situation. We had a great time, man. Very excited. Hey, my wife's still talking about it today. You know what I mean? We had a very, very good time, man. And it's like, I don't know, it's just one of those things I didn't. But after you posted, I was like, oh yeah, I need to hurry up and I didn't even get a photo, man, because we ended up playing. Dude, look, let me tell you something. All right, so the family was playing. We all got in on this game called Left, Right, Center, right? No, it's not Left, Right, Center, right, but Left, Right, Center. Look, let me tell you something, right? All right, so you start off with $3, and then ain't no telling where all the money's gonna end up. So look, let me tell you something. My wife bought the game on the way home. She was on Amazon, bought the shit. It showed up to the house. My nieces and nephews have been in here little gambling junkies for the past 3 days. Hey, I'm serious. I'm talking about, look, they done went from playing with dollars, because we gave them some dollars to start, you know what I mean? So they went from playing with dollars to quarters, and now they trading off candy because all but one of them broke.
That's a fun game.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy, it's nuts, man. How quickly the game goes. And that's my niece, by the way.
Yeah.
We played that at one of our friends had a pizza place and their end of the year party, and it has like 20 people. Played with like 20 people doing that.
Yeah.
That's a big pot, but it's a fun game.
I think what was the pot, please? It was like $70-something or something like that.
Yeah, we tied up on one of them, so everybody had to put 3 more in. So as we were going around, you know, if you because these assholes put in a rule that in the event that you don't roll, if you roll center on your last one, like you have to have a clearing roll at the end. So the winner had that clearing roll and hit center. So they had to put their money in the center, which meant that nobody won. And we had to go again. So everybody put up more money.
Man,
we just went until somebody won the whole thing. And I think it was like
that was a big pot.
$79, something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Like, my wife woke up this morning because like I said, we got the nieces and nephews over. She said she woke up this morning to the sound of dice rolling.
And we had a gift drawing, and guess what the winner got?
Yeah.
$420. What kind of shit is that? My fucking family is just a bunch of drug addicts and a bunch of weed heads. What's the grand prize? $420.
You guys play that saran wrap game?
Yeah, they play that. Matter of fact, that picture, that's what I was watching. I was watching them play.
That's what he was watching, because we had everybody wearing oven mitts and shit like that, and like they're trying to unwrap the saran ball with oven mitts and shit like that.
We couldn't even do ours with oven mitts because the wife went kind of nuts and used 4 things of saran wrap. So this ball, it was like bigger than a basketball. So it took like 20 minutes with us using just our hands.
Oh yeah, this one took forever.
They had all kinds of goodies in there, man. It was like little molds and stuff, and gift cards and stuff. I was like, dang,
gift cards, lottery tickets.
Yeah. Oh man, the scratchers it was a ton of scratchers off of that. Hey, look. Speaking of Debbie, just wanted to, if anybody missed the notification, right? Hold on, let me get that. All right, so if you missed the notification, look, Debbie is now listed on Links Crypto app. So if you got links, you check out Debbie, check out what they got going on. You can get straight to the links and everything. And I'm gonna tell you what, check out this Debbie ecosystem. Cause I'm gonna tell you what, dude. I'm already look, when Bleeze first told me about it, because I kind of missed some of the early stuff, man. But when he was like, hey man, you need to check this out, I looked at it, I was like, damn, bro. I mean, they serious over here. Okay, this is they conducting some real business. And I'm like, all right. So I went on ahead and got in, and I got in at a good time, and I've been accumulating a little bit here and there over the past couple weeks, because man, it's what they got going on is in my opinion is going to be a game changer. And it's going to possibly cause a big shift in how a lot of people do businesses in the future with some of these different projects and stuff like that. Man, this is how business is supposed to be conducted. Yeah. That's all I got to say. Yeah,
the interesting thing about them is they're not looking for exchange listings. They're not looking to expand their brand, if you will. They're looking to be the best at a very specific RWA AI sort of area. Yeah. They've already partnered with one of the major fintech companies in all of the world, not just United States, but that's a Web 2 company, and a Web 2 company they do things at their own pace. So they have proprietary IPs and they have knowledge bases they don't want you to know anything about until it's time, because they don't want somebody to come out and get a competitive edge, which is what would end up happening. Somebody could front run them and reap the rewards if they perceive there to be an enormous amount of rewards. So what you're seeing is just real silence the entire time. And that, at when it's time, and it's supposed to be in January that the announcement comes. But I don't know for sure. Here's what I do know. Everything that we've done, everything that we're supposed to settle up at the beginning of January, we've already settled up in December. And there is a reason for that. They believe that they're going to hit 2025 running. And I'll put it to you this way. It's currently trading at about 92 cents right now. If this fleshes out the way that they believe and the way that I believe all this stuff is going to go, this thing is probably overnight going to go from $1 to $3. And then the next day it's going to go to $9. And then the next day it's going to go to $30. And the next day it's going to go to $90. Like, it's just going to 3x every single day until it reaches whatever that inflection point is. And when you kind of, it's going to be an impressive sort of run. And there's going to be the interesting part about Devi is there's about 10,000 holders right now. Imagine what it's going to be like when, first of all, big money comes into the arena. And secondly, when, the rest of crypto finds out about it,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Excuse me. And now it's definitely one of my conviction plays. So it's like my bag is, I got a nice sizable bag that I'm not all in, because I like to say full disclosure, like I'm not all in, but I've got enough to where I'm comfortable. So when it does hit certain targets and stuff like that, I'll be comfortable in being able to take whatever profits I need to take and basically sit on it until it runs up to whenever, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, I have a quite a few plays that, or no, I shouldn't say plays, but investments that I have in crypto that, it's just one of those that's it's gonna sit for a while. But like I always tell everybody, make sure you always get your initial when it hits a target, have a plan. So get into an investment, have a plan with it, have some type of exit strategy. You know what I'm saying? And always, just have some type of just okay. I just said it, exit strategy. So take your initial profits. Make sure you always get what you put into it, and then let the rest ride. If if that's for you. If not, you take whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? Because that can't nobody tell you what to do with your bag.
And go find something that is for you.
That's right. Go with your gut, but we also have to prove or show how to do your own research a little bit. You can definitely tell you guys did your own research on this, so you're talking about it. But for all the newcomers that are coming in, we have to figure out a way to make it simple. Because I know when I do spaces and stuff, it's one big thing I talk about. If I put like education in the title, it cuts like 50% of my people out.
I know, man, it sucks.
But it's something that everyone needs to know. But I mean, it's going through a cycle. Because like when we first started, like 2020, 2021, like we all did the same mistakes that we see a lot of people are doing right now. Yeah. Where they're just going from one to the next, to the next, to the next, and they're not doing research or DCAing or just going with their gut. So I think that's a big thing that we have to start teaching people is how to do their own research.
Fuck that. I don't pull out. I don't pull out. And I don't use protection. Fuck that.
But man, that's the main problem, though, man. Is just like most people, they just want you. They want you to tell them what to do, what to throw some money at. They don't want to, they don't want to do the basics of like go read a white paper, go to the website, just get a little bit of information off the web. They don't want to do shit. You know what I mean? It's like people want to make millions. I want to be a crypto millionaire, and you steadily screaming scam because you ain't did no kind of research into what you throwing your money into. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's ridiculous. It's like everybody, you know, I didn't want to mention it, but I'm gonna mention that's like everybody recently who bought into that fucking hot tool shit. You know what I mean? It's like, get out of here with that. Like, why are you coming in as a new investor and like, oh, well, so and so she's popular, this and that, and she was viral, and I'm gonna throw my fucking life savings at this garbage shit coin and get mad when the motherfucker when it tanks. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and on her, you know, she's got some type of responsibility, in my opinion. She's got some type of responsibility because she didn't do the research on the people that she was involved with that got her involved in this in crypto.
Yep.
But you know, a lot of it, you know, she's getting a lot of heat, taking a lot of heat for the actual devs of the project. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those. It's a double-edged sword. You know, you get into crypto, you put your name behind something, but you as a face, as the popular face, get all the flack when shit goes sideways, and you had no control over it.
Yeah.
You know
well, I think the important thing to recognize is, in the event that you decided that she was the person that you wanted to invest in, you invested in a young 20-something who, to this point, spitting on dicks was her talent. And you said, that's the financial windfall I'm headed for. Look, you deserve what you get if that's, you know what I mean? Like she's describing to you how to suck a dick, and you're like, yeah, that sounds like somebody who I would take financial advice from. Does she have a crypto? I didn't invest in it. I didn't put any money in it. I don't have a problem with her. I like the girl as far as I can see. I mean, she's entertaining, if nothing else. But there's no way I'm throwing money at something like that. And by the way, the reason that I wasn't was because I remember Sahil. And I'm pretty sure that Sahil, somehow or another, was in the background, probably behind this one too. So there was no way I was throwing money at a celebrity meme coin.
Yeah, not at all.
My $35 in Rodney's meme coin is now like $2. So I learned my lesson.
Oh man,
I was supposed to be a billionaire by now.
I know, right? He said, what chain is Devi on? Devi is currently the token right now is traded on ETH, and but they will have their own blockchain. So, but as of right now, the Devi token is traded on Ethereum. And man. So you know, and you know, just I don't know. Like as a content creator, I understand following some trends and shit like that, but you know, outside of outside this, I'm just talking about outside of crypto right now because crypto is its own nut job case, you know what I'm saying? But outside, you know, now I'm starting to see like especially on like TikTok stuff like that. Like so many people are following that trend now. They want to get that viral moment, like oh well, you know, she said hot to it, spit on that thing, you know what I'm saying? Now you got other ones like, yeah, I'll go or some other shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like come on, man, like that's the image. So, you know, for one, that's the image you want to put out there. For two, you know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people got kids, nieces, nephews. You want that's your time to shine, is telling somebody what you're gonna do with that mouth or what you're gonna do with that the downstairs, all that stuff. Like can we be better than this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
that's the tough part. Bad news is good news.
And we should ask her to explain how she does it slowly.
Oh man. But I mean, I guess all is fair. They say all all publicity is good publicity, I guess, man. I mean, I don't know, I'm just I don't like me personally. It's just I don't like what I'm seeing out there. It's just this constant thing, and then you expect kids not, you expect 10-year-olds not to know what goes on in the adult world. You know what I'm saying? When everybody's now just like that's all you see anymore. I can't do 2 finger swipes on TikTok or Facebook without some ass shaking in my face. It's like, I mean, is there more to that?
Yeah, it's like a famous philosopher. It's like a famous philosopher said, "Bitch, I'm gonna kill you. I ain't done this. Ain't the chorus. I ain't even drug you in the woods yet to paint the forest. A bloodstain's orange after they wash it 3 or 4 times. Ain't that right, Norman?" I think his name was Marshall something or fucking other. Anyway, here the way I see this is everybody is just looking for that easy get rich quick scheme. That's what we're all looking for. The unfortunate part is it only happens for very, very few people. If you go back to SHIB, there were quite a few people who made a lot of money on SHIB.
Yes.
But there were only a couple hundred at best life-changing sort of people. Same thing with Saitama. Saitama made a ton of money for a ton of people with the conviction to hold on to it. But that conviction, by the way, that conviction makes you an idiot in many different cryptos. What's the purpose behind SHIB? Because it's a challenger to Doge, and it's going to make a lot of money. That's an idiotic,
it's the
stupid
Doge
reason.
killer. Oh,
Right. It's there's every once in a while there's going to be this magical moment where something resonates with a bunch of people. Pepe the Frog, same thing. There were all told originally before this last blow up, when the original Pepe blew up to about 2 billion market cap last year, there were actually only 6 people who became millionaires off of Pepe. Now, Pepe was the millionaire life-changing crypto of 2023. That was the one that was going to, everybody was going to, this was going to save everybody and everything. And guess what? It did not. It only made 6 people millionaires. And it's the 7th millionaire bought in early and his account got blacklisted. So there were 6 people that made $1 million. And then those people who thought they were going to become millionaires, they followed Paulie the Ox, or whoever the fuck that fat tub of butter was, who then said, let's make pork. And then they came up with a blockchain, a fork of the Pepe chain. There's no Pepe chain to begin with. So what the fuck? But people fell for it, and people moved over into the fattened pork product of Paulie the Ox. And guess what happened? They got in on a little bit of a pump. Nothing major, but they got a little pump. And then guess what happened? It dumped completely. And then what happened? Pepe went to 8 billion. So not only did only 6 people become millionaires, but probably 30 or 40 or 50 others who could have become millionaires had they just held, ended up moving over to pork because they started following some influencer into this brand new, oh my God, something may happen sort of project. And then bang, they got wrecked off of it. And they pulled out of Pepe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the tough part. You're learning lessons going from one to the next, to the next, to the next. You slowly just dwindle yourself down, and then you have nothing.
You'll chase yourself broke every time. Every time. Well, they're talking about the dog with a weenie. Now they're talking about the cow with the boobies. Now they're talking about some shit, just straight shit. Let's go throw our money in. Like literally, it's like, what's that one that just pumped?
Butthole.
Like, are you serious right now? That's my ticket to financial freedom. Butthole.
No, blonde brokers in that, so let's be nice.
I'm sorry. Hey, I apologize, but it's dumb.
Yeah. But she's my bro. She's my bro. So
it's crazy, man. So I mean, what's the secret sauce to these dumb to this dumb stuff just going crazy for no reason? Because there are so, like we say it all the time. There's so many upcoming projects that has something going for it. They have some type of business behind. Hey, say hi.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
But they have some type of business behind them, some type of business backing them up. And instead of investing in something that actually has a business, they're registered, the devs are out there. People decide, all these people decide, oh, you know what? I want to go invest in pee poo poo that has nothing. I don't know who's running it. I don't know what's going on with it, but somebody said it was going to thin, so I'm going to throw my money into it.
Yeah, it's the rush. It's the rush. It's the inexperience. They want it's like going to a casino. Like, that's all you're doing. So, I mean, you're taking your $100 and you want to make it 100 million. And that's going to be the one to do it. The butthole or something like that. But I mean, if you really want to invest, then you look for those ones with the businesses and a good business model, a good white paper. And that's where the research comes in. But all these memes are pretty much, you're looking to throw money in to make it $1 million. I've done it before. I mean, I've lost a ton. I've made some, but if you want to sit back and actually invest in something, then you're going to have to do your research.
Well, okay. So here's the thing, though. If I were to have done my research, then I would have gone to OnlyFans and realized that the way that women get their $1 million is with the butthole. So I would have every reason to think that butthole was going to be filled with money. So, I mean, I
kind of was.
If I do my research that way, then, and by the way, let me also say, while we're joking about this, when you what do I say here? When you examine the butthole, when you really dig in and you really get into it, and you're trying to stuff it full of, let's call it knowledge, and you're trying to see what really is in the butthole, right? It's just a bunch of shit. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of shit.
I should have got something rather than water for tonight.
But look, here's the thing. When we look at it, we have a problem in cryptocurrency. We have a legitimate problem in cryptocurrency with so many new, really, with the meta for everything. The meta for everything right now is very, very simple. Get a new project out. If it just gets a little bit of traction, your life has changed, right? So everybody that got in the butthole early on and got themselves, let's call it a big sniff. Let's call it a big whiff of the market cap on it. It looks like it started at, what are we calling this? About 129,000. It's now at 34 million. So that's about, let's call that a 300x. So it had about it had about a 300x run. Very few people are going to make $1 million off of a 300x run, especially when you're in a micro cap like this. At best, you're going to make 20, 30, 40, 50,000 if you're lucky. A one or two random people will throw a bunch of money at it and see something just insane start to really happen. The problem is this. When you look at all of these, they all run. And by the way, the butthole in, guys, if you don't believe it, give it a sniff test. But the butthole is on the fifth wave. You can make an argument here when you're looking at the chart. You can make an argument that it's on the fifth wave of an Elliott move. And then from there, most likely you're going to see it start to come back down. So, whatever the butthole does, it's probably done doing, and the only thing left is the shit. And it could, by the way, because people are degenerate, there is a possibility that it could still run. You might get the runs from your butthole, but I don't think so. I think it's time to pinch this loaf off and move on. But look, here's the thing. there are certain levels to most of these meme coins. One of them is 20 million. You have 10 million, by the way. And if you look at that chart and you click on that, Vince, click on market cap instead of price right there. Up in the top, right where it says indicators,
yeah.
click on market cap right there. So when you see that, you notice the first big hump there was 10 million. Then you notice that the second big hurdle obstacle spot right there was right around 20 million, running up into 25 or 30 million from right there. Yeah. And then it goes up to about 40 million where it is right now. 40 million is a hot spot for a lot of these meme coins when they start to pump like this, but then they're going to all come back down. And you can see this over and over and over again. So, you know, this thing has nothing to it. But if you made money off of it and you threw $100 and you turned it into $10,000, take your win, take your money out, be happy that you lived it, be happy that you got it, and then just move on and use some of that money to buy real meme coins. And you know, by the way, we're dealing with what happened in 2020, let's call it, to 2021. There was a paradigm shift in the way money was transferred in crypto. It went from, hey, let's enhance Ethereum, or let's make a competitor to Ethereum, or let's improve Bitcoin, or let's find a way to put videos or music or whatever it is. Let's bring those to the masses. We had a shift, and that shift started with Dogecoin and SHIB creating this new paradigm, and that was the meme coin. Now, meme coins had always been around, but they hadn't been crazy at that point. Well, then we went through we reached the top of the bull market, and the top of that bull market, because of COVID, I think probably kind of got messed up a little bit. We probably should have seen $100,000 Bitcoin in this last cycle, and we only got about 69.7, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you flash forward, that whole paradigm just had 3 years, almost 4 years now, to kind of grow up, if you will. And, you know, we grew up into buttholes and frogs and cat and an argument over which meme was the best instead of which project. Now, here's the other part to it. This is the first time that paradigm happened, or this is the second time that it's coming around. There's going to be a lot more memes. There's going to be a lot more stuff in this regard. But here's the thing. Before that even happens, and before this degen playground starts to play itself out, there's also going to be moments where things like Devi, things like API 3, things like Sweet, things like Pendle, things like Ondo, these real lower caps that really haven't had that explosive move because the money hasn't trickled down yet. That's going to happen too. So when we zoom out in this market right now, we're having a conversation about meme coins, which is an important conversation to have. But at the end, it's not going to be nearly as relevant as we all kind of think, because that money will still come into the real, legit, and good projects, and it will be life-changing. And it's only a matter of time. I mean, we go back and look at Bitcoin ran. And when Bitcoin ran, what happened? In March of 2024, we got kind of a minor altcoin season, if you guys remember. I think API was at $8. Render went from $1 to $11. We saw recoveries on a bunch of different projects that were big altcoin caps and stuff like that. You know, we saw those things kind of happen because Bitcoin had achieved a level of success. It had started to absolutely rip in it, and the rising tide lifted all boats. What we did not see, which we should have seen, but we didn't see really, was people just taking their money out of Bitcoin and putting it into the rest of the market. Now, when you look at it from that context, you're like, well, what happened? Well, it wasn't time. We hadn't even had the halving at that point. Remember, this was all FOMO build. So now we've had the halving. You go back in the charts and you look back in history, and you look back in 2023, you look back in 2022, 2021, 2020, all the way back. January is a pump month. And, you know, when it's in that 4-year halving cycle, that's when we get the explosive moves, right?
But we also had, there were, about, for about 2 or 3 years, we had the falling of the exchanges. Like it seemed like every month there was a new exchange that was going bankrupt and people were locked out of their money and this and that. I mean, even FTX, let's say Voyager. I mean,
I was on a conference call this morning, and the guy listed off 7 different exchanges out of nowhere because we were talking about FTX, and I said that FTX is going to pump FTT token and Luna Classic, which pumps along with FTT for some reason, and USTC and all those kind of things that I'm into. Like, they're going to pump because they're part of that FTX ecosystem somehow or another. But then he started listing off 7 different exchanges that failed back in the last bear market, that just like in this bear market, we have FTX, we had what was it, Three Arrows Capital, we had Genesis Holdings, some of these things just didn't make it, and some of them were tied up into what happened with Terra and stuff like that, because Terra was basically printing free money to begin with. I mean, the Luna ecosystem was a scam, we know that, but all of these things were tied into it, and they all failed. And Fairdesk just got liquidated. They tried to branch off into JumpX. JumpX failed too because people didn't get out of Fairdesk fast enough, and it got liquidated. So, there are a lot of places out here that still failed. The lucky thing is we're in the spot right now where nothing's going to fail. Everybody's going to look like a superstar. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Brian. I don't know if he's watching. Brian, if you're watching, I'll be there one day soon. I'll be out in Vegas soon. I get a friend who's a guitar player, and I have a real life friend, Tommy Vext, from the Bad Wolf, well, formerly from the Bad Wolves, but he actually was the guitarist for Tommy Vext for a little while, and so he made, I want to look, I don't want to name names, I guess, but he made millions of dollars during the last market, and thought that he was just the best investor that ever lived in the history of investing money. But he didn't understand that there's a 4-year cycle. So what did he do? He continued to throw his money at projects. He continued to throw his money at everything. And what happened is he turned millions into only million. So, it's all coming back around. The summary of this all is this: we're about to enter the phase where we're trying to analyze the year that was right now. But the reality is, it's the year that will come right now that we should be excited about. That this year was just a lucky, fortunate, or unfortunate period of time. This bull market, we're here. We've reached the precipice of the next bull market. And by the way, if anybody doesn't believe it, if you're following for any of these dingbat dildo riding douchebags that are out here saying stuff like, "It's over, bro, it's done," are you that stupid? Have you not followed chart? I mean, can you not go back in history and look at 4-year cycles and see exactly what's going on? Like, how many extra chromosomes do you have? Like, we are at the beginning and the dawn of it. May be the final golden bull. It might very well be the final golden bull. And the reason for that, by the way, is not because there's anything wrong inherently or bad with crypto. It's that we have a president finally who is pro crypto. We have a society that wants to embrace crypto. And this will mean that we will probably be more in lockstep overall with the traditional, with TradFi right now, than we will be with the crypto 4-year cycle going forward. So Bitcoin probably, if nothing else, Bitcoin will decouple from crypto and become its own asset class, or part of like the New York Stock Exchange sort of asset class. Excuse me. And then the rest of it might have one more bull run, but it'll be a different bull run because we won't have the Bitcoin. We won't have all the different things that we had before. Maybe, just maybe, something like Ethereum most likely leads it, or maybe Solana. But things are going to be different. There's a paradigm shift underway. We're going to go way up, and then we're not going to go down as far as we did last time.
Yeah, I definitely agree with all that.
Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, it's thinking about that, it's eye opening to really, because we kept saying, well, here in 10 years, things are coming, this and that. But as we've seen, like this year, these past couple years, man, and especially these years coming going forward. I mean, it's all coming together soon, a lot sooner than we previously planned. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that if you're in my opinion, if you're in crypto right now, I mean, you are going to be you're going to make it. You know what I mean? As long as you're not following some of these TikTokers that's telling you fucking $30,000 XRP in the next month. You know what I'm saying? Get quick. Listen to some real knowledge. Get you some real knowledge about yourself. There's a lot of things that have to happen for something like that to even reach those type of heights. You know what I'm saying? It's not at this point in time with current market cap, current price, current money in crypto. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? A lot would have to happen for anywhere. I don't know. I don't see it anyway. But it's like I say, going forward, it's super exciting to see that all these efforts, because we've all been here. We've rolled through this last bear. Hey, this is my first bear market. I don't know about y'all, but this is my first bear market, man, and I was pretty successful. But looking forward towards especially towards my financial future, man. I mean, this next bull run is going to absolutely set things off. And I've tried to get so many people in. I've tried to. It's like people want to be excited about the turn $100 into $1 million story, but they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the time it takes to even begin to
there's still a lot of fear. There's still a lot of fear from outsiders looking into crypto, because they do see all these stories. You see all these stories on the news now of a 12-year-old that just stole $20,000 from everybody. Like it's crazy. Like, so I can see people being scared, but I mean, we got to figure out that part too. Like, how do we onboard people and just not show them so much fear? But I think the good tokens like you're talking about, like Bitcoin and all the blue chips and stuff like that have real utility, those are the way to go, that instead of showing them the meme tokens. But with all the TikTok and stuff, that's all you really see.
Well, the problem with meme coins is that if you remember the end of the bull market last year and the start of this bear market, SHIB was trying to break out and become a utility coin with Shibarium, with Shibverse, with the initiatives that it put forward to try to build. Well, that turned into a quote-unquote cottage industry for a lot of these different cryptos, because what did you have? You had Shinja Swap, Shibnobi Swap, Ninja fucking Swap, whatever the fuck it was called. You had Volti-Change. You had all these, by the way, you can make a swap in about 30 to 90 minutes because it's open source. You can just copy and paste and change some addresses, and you've created a swap and then put it on your website. It is very, very simple to make a swap and create a front end that will allow you to do that. But a lot of these cryptos turned it into and made it into like, oh my God, look at what we're doing.
Yeah, we look at what we built. We built this.
Right. But it started with Shiba Swap. That was the first one. Yeah. They're not revenue generators. They don't create anything. They don't do anything. But it was a great way to say, hey, we have a use case. And then you had these other people. What else is a use case? How about a picture? We'll call them an NFT. And if you buy one of these, you're going to be rich, bruh. Because it's going to be the next Bored Ape. You hear all this stuff, and now with my swap and with my NFTs, I've got 2 utilities. What else do I have out here? What about a game that costs you like 10 minutes to make, or have somebody make for you? And then you say, like, I've got this game that I've made because I'm a gaming meme token. It's like the Shibverse all before the Shibverse is even out, bro. No, I've got 3 use cases. Shibnobi, I think at one point had 21 different quote unquote utilities. And when whoever that fucking dildo was that rugged it, before he disappeared with his 21 utilities, 3 of them he left running because the other ones were all losing money because there is no creationism that's happening in the sector for meme coins. Everybody's just copying some other meme coin. And that's what we ran into. And then, that bubble had to burst. It had to die out. And now as we come back up, here's the purity of what we're doing right now. The purity of, hey, you like butthole? You can get a coin named butthole. You like vajayjay? Go get yourself some vajayjay, baby. Do you like OnlyFans Pepe? Because there's an OnlyFans Pepe. But you know what I mean? Like you just make shit up and just start dumping them out. You know what I mean? Or just put a name out there. Just put some ridiculous, dumb, stupid name and come up with any kind of purpose, any kind of reason, any kind of anything. And it's a meme coin, but turn it into something and make it sound like it's gonna be awesome. Why? How about this? Bonk. Bonk doesn't do shit. It doesn't do anything. But if you bought a Solana phone, then you got some bonk. And people were able to trade that bonk and turn it into something. That's what's happening. That's the way the market is going right now. And it will fix. Trucker is right. This can only last so long. But here's the thing. We have not reached the age or the part of this market where there's enough laws and regulations to help people prevent these kind of catastrophic investments, because people are still people and they still want that fast, easy money. And they're still looking for that, like magical sort of run. And we still haven't adapted to what is the real use case for digital assets? What is the real way that digital assets can earn us real money? How can I get the money out of your pocket, Vince, out of your pocket, Trucker? How do I get you buying stuff in cryptocurrency or using digital currency? How do I get you in here where I'm actually taking your money and I'm not just doing a wealth transfer? How do I provide you value for what it is? And we still haven't figured that out. We've got a couple of them. I'm doing a promo for a project right now. I think I guess, I don't know, I think I'm free to say it. I think it's called Rhythm, and it's a music, and it has like 100 million songs, and it's going to, you sign up for it. And it's like Spotify, but it's on the blockchain. Things like that, over time, they will become ubiquitous in everything that we do in our everyday society. They're just not there yet. Why? Because Spotify hasn't adopted it. Apple hasn't adopted it. Who else runs music out here? Shazam. They haven't adopted it, and they haven't turned it into blockchain, and they haven't figured out how to successfully monetize and create opportunities for us and everybody else.
I don't think that's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that there's a lot of people that don't know how to access the tech. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to create a wallet. They don't know how to buy any kind of cryptocurrency. Because quite honest, there's been plenty of platforms over the past few years that I use crypto to buy a shirt and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like from some of these other projects that and it's like, because we're in that realm, we know how to do that. We can buy, we can go to this website and connect our wallet and purchase this item that's up for sale. You know what I'm saying? Or purchase this NFT that in turn, because matter of fact, there was one, I forget the name of it, but I bought an NFT and I got a t-shirt. I had to claim it, submit my address, and boom, I got the t-shirt in the mail. It was a t-shirt of NFT of a t-shirt, but I actually got the physical item. You know what I'm saying? So, but like for us that's in this world, we can navigate that pretty easy. That's like, it ain't shit to us. You know what I mean? But for people outside, it's like, well, that's, I gotta do this. I gotta buy. What is this? What if it's not Bitcoin, then what is it? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, and that's the milestone that we have to get over is getting normies more involved and understanding and learning how to crypto pretty much.
Share my screen.
Simplistic. We got to make it simpler for everybody.
If you build it, they will come. What you're wanting to do is you're wanting to remember that this is very prescient right now. Okay. If you build it, they will come. If you don't build it, there's no reason for people to come. What you would like to do is an easy on-ramp, right? You want the entire team here, but you haven't even built a field for them to play on yet. That's the problem with cryptocurrency, is we haven't built reasons that people have to be here. All we've created right now is a gambling establishment. I mean, basically, we're a casino.
That's fair.
Right? And nobody has to come to this casino. Now, that does not mean that Ethereum doesn't have value. It doesn't mean that Ethereum is not the internet of the future. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin is not the store of value that we think it is. It doesn't mean that Solana is not the shitcoin paradise that we seem to think that it really is. It doesn't, it doesn't mean that all these things are not useful.
Yeah.
But we haven't built the field yet. The people who build the fields, they are not BlackRock, not Fidelity, not ARC 21, not Invesco. Those are not the people that build the fields. The people that build the fields are the ones that will come in here and they will start to transition and turn things over. The one thing to remember here is during the .com, we were trying to figure out a reason for internet to exist other than to jerk off and see dead bodies.
Look up blue waffles.
Yeah. But we were looking for reasons for to have lemon parties. We were looking for reasons for these things to exist, and we didn't find them. It took a while. It took a while. However, RWAs and stuff like that we will see a transition, but it will take people that are not us in this now creating those reasons to get to come into crypto. We haven't even gone through, by the way, in the .com era, the one thing that we started to see, which made everything, okay, was when we had an operating system. That operating system was, it was an operating system. It was one of the only ones that we had. Now, there were a bunch of people in their mom's basements and garages and shit making new operating systems, but only a couple of them really resonated. Mac, Windows, Linux came along a little bit later, but there was the makings of Linux early on. However, there were a bunch of other ones. Here's what happened. Windows started to buy them up. Apple started to buy them up. Here's what we have not seen. We've seen Fetch AI merge with 3 other cryptos and turn themselves into a bigger entity, ultimately. But Ethereum has not started to gobble up anything yet. We haven't seen anybody take control. And here's what I would expect to see, just to lay it all on the line. Number one, I would expect somebody big to come in and buy Solana. I would expect somebody to take over a blockchain, a successful blockchain, come in, buy it up, and then start to add their stuff. Like, just imagine, if you will, going forward. Tomorrow, Marvel announces that they've bought Solana. We're still a meme coin paradise. We're still doing meme coin shit. But then Marvel starts to hire some really smart people to integrate the blockchain into how you consume Disney Plus. Or they start to say, hey, you want comic books? Since going into comic stores isn't really working for us too much anymore, what if you just downloaded the comics that you wanted? And by the way, since we don't have to print, instead of charging you $3.99, we're going to charge you $1 for your latest comics, right? Yeah. What if we're building the market? And what if we start putting, you want to go see a movie? Well, you better get a blockchain, bitch, because in order for you to watch this movie, you're going to have the blockchain. And by the way, I'm talking to you, AMC. You better have a blockchain generating theater here if you want Disney products. And you know what? That $1 billion cheddar that we produce for you every time we have Deadpool shitting on a kid, or every time every time we turn the Little Mermaid brown, every time we do that and you want to come see it, you have to have a blockchain. That's how you get that mass adoption. And then in the meantime, they're going to buy up something like Rhythm. for lack of a better one, for any of these other little projects that are part of their ecosystem. How do you get that Little Mermaid music? How do you get that what's that stupid song with the ice bitch? Who was the ice?
Frozen.
Elsa.
Let It Go.
Frozen. Yeah.
Elsa. Yeah. Frozen.
If you want to download Let It Go, you better get on the blockchain, biatch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You don't have to be on that blockchain. You just have to download the Disney app. You just have to have the Disney app on your TV, and it's all run through the blockchain. That's what we haven't seen yet. That's why there's still a hitch in cryptocurrency. There's no reason to build a team because you haven't built the field yet. You build it and they will come, but we haven't built it yet.
Do you think some of these big companies like Disney and even like the music industry that you were talking about earlier, do you think they already have stuff built? Everyone's just waiting for that right moment, and then it'll be a waterfall effect. It'll be like, oh, we have a blockchain, we have a blockchain.
Yeah.
So they have the teams already, just nothing's out.
Yeah, Sony has Sonium. They've already created their own blockchain. JP Morgan has the Onyx blockchain. There's a couple more here that were out there, and they've built their own blockchains to create on. So yeah, it's all coming, but the easiest way for them to do a lot of this will be to just, and remember, just because JP Morgan has it doesn't mean that everybody else has to have it. It just has to be ISO 20022 compliant for US users to create that front end and create that little channel so that it connects the Onyx blockchain to the Ethereum blockchain, which, by the way, Onyx is a copy of the Ethereum blockchain. So, we're not doing anything new.
Yeah.
But they will have a pathway for creating new stuff, right? They all do. It's going to be everywhere. It's just not the way we don't see it the way that, by the way, none of this has to have a token.
Yeah.
Consider that for just a moment. The reason for tokenization at this point really is because of the gambling and to reward people for what they're doing. So for example, if you're securing the blockchain on Ethereum, 32 Ethereum lets you generate more Ethereum. All you have to do is become a validator and invest your 32 Ethereum into the Ethereum blockchain. And now you're a validator and you're earning off of it, right? But what if that just ran and they just verified their own, for example, which is the example that I would give you would be Devi. Devi is a permission blockchain. It's not permissionless, which means that you as a company can just create your own validator and you can settle all the transactions with your own validator, and you can spin up as many validators as you need to make it go as fast or slow as you want it to in order to do whatever it is that you would like it to do. The end. Like that's it. I mean, we have a complicated system that is a lot simpler. Here's what we need. We need infrastructure, and we don't have infrastructure right now. I mean, we can't even decide on. There was something like I think the Biden administration spent $60 million to give Wi-Fi to like 12 people in
No. I think it came out they actually nobody actually ever received that that government Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
From what I read,
they were trying to put Wi-Fi in Bang My Cousin, Arizona, and didn't come up with anything. Right? They were with $60 million. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is out here throwing fucking satellites, like shooting them out of his dick up into the sky, and creating this grid that we could all be using. But because Joe Biden doesn't like Elon's politics, because Elon Musk is admittedly psychotic and crazy, here we are. So there's a complicated level of stuff that we're going to have to get over. There's a lot of humps to this, but we're closer and closer and closer and closer to getting. And by the way, that Wi-Fi, that all of that Elon stuff that we're talking about right here, Starlink, all of that. Let's go back for just one step and remember that's the internet. That's still Web 2. We're not even on fucking Web3 yet. Like, that's just so you can access gay porn websites like Dragonrider Media. Oh, it's not? Okay, never mind. What I meant to say was, but that's the point. Like, we're still trying to solve Web 2, and here we are. I mean, Al Gore invented the internet in the 80s. And here we are 40-something years later saying Al Gore didn't invent the internet. Well, of course he did.
I don't know. I wouldn't know.
They didn't really. But but the point is, we're still trying to figure out Web 2. We haven't figured out, like, we have no idea where Web 3 is going to go. I have predictions. I have, opinions about it, but we don't really know where it's going to go. I think that, Chase Bank, Bank of America, all those places, I think you're going to buy crypto in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I think you're going to buy it through your bank app. And I think that there's going to be a lot less. And then there will also be DeFi. It's never going to go anywhere, but there will also be DeFi for like gambling and gaming and shit like that. But let me remind everybody who thinks that freedom, bro, like first of all, we need to have the ability to go buy some fucking shit, bro. You know what I mean? All of those people, if you live in Indiana, you can't watch porn websites. If you live in Alabama, I want to say, you can't have adult websites. And you live in Texas, you can't have there's no adult websites in many different states now that you can access. You have to have a VPN in order to do that. Most people aren't even savvy enough for a VPN.
Yeah.
So just consider how much government control and regulation there has to be in order for us to take that next gigantic leap. So you better get rich now, bitch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the same time, banks have already been using blockchain technology, and especially I think what was it?
It's been very limited, but they have, yes.
Yeah, but at the beginning of this year, they're already in the process of turning everything. Everything is going to be digital, regardless of whether you want it to or not. Paper cash is going to be a thing of a past. I mean, we already see concerts, other events. You take money in there, you can't purchase anything. Everything is, you got to do it by a card. You got to do it by a card because they want to be able to track every single purchase, every single transaction that you have. They want to be able to track that. Period.
Kind of how I was explaining like crypto almost to my mom, because she was asking about it and stuff like that. I said, you're already using digital currency almost. Yeah. I said, your bank, you can't go into your bank and tell them you want $100,000. They don't have it, but they can order it. They can wire it to you within 30 seconds and to just click a couple buttons. So you're already in the digital realm. You just label it with cryptocurrency that's scarier to other people, but everyone's already using digital stuff.
And the big thing about that with the whole fear mongering is that you got these idiots that are creating all of these articles and such that are at these whatever news station that they're in, and they're like, Bitcoin fell 1%, it's crashing. Bitcoin, it's over. And it's like, Jesus Christ, are you serious? Like 1%, that's a crash to you? Are you serious? Like 0.5%, that's a crash? Like, get out of here with that. Like people are using the certain terms to scare the public on purpose, to keep them from that curiosity of, let me go ahead and get into some Bitcoin or some Ethereum or whatever the case may be. They use these terms to really just to get, like we've seen with a lot of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? With the tabs and everything. It's part of the narrative. They want to scare you out of stuff because they are positioning them, the elites, whoever, you label conspiracy, whatever you want, but they are trying to position themselves to completely dominate this market where people like you, me, and everybody in the chats are still under their thumb.
As soon as the elites feel comfortable enough and say, you know what, bring it out to them, then the news crews start being, it's going to 1 million. Start buying it. Bitcoin's the future. That's when it'll start. When they're set up already, that's when you're going to see the news start helping push it up because they're going to be set up.
I think Mark Cuban had a very, very smart take at one point, very recently. And he said, how many blockchains do you need? How many do you really need in order to run everything? Because that's what we're talking about. Your lighting system, blockchain technology. Your electrical grid is all blockchain technology, potentially going into the future. But how many different blockchains do you need? Because here, share this on the screen. Because this shit is wild.
Yeah, I've never thought about that.
So here is your list of blockchains, okay? Here's Allnodes. Andreessen Horowitz, which is a law firm, has their own blockchain for investment capital. ARK Invest, which is Kathy Wood, has her own blockchain. Arrington Capital have their own blockchain. All of these companies have their own blockchain. I think you can come down here and let's see. It's not called Onyx anymore. It's called Connexus. JP Morgan. It's not even on here. Jump Crypto has its own blockchain. So, when you start going down this list here and you start looking, there's 151 different blockchains that are out here. But when you start to dig in and say, well, who are they? Well, here's IBM's blockchain. Now, if you remember, IBM's blockchain, I think, was launched in 2016 and abandoned along with the Disney blockchain, which I think might be in here too. No, it's not in here. It was renamed to something, but the Disney blockchain also was out here. There was no reason. Nobody had any, like there was no way to create at that point, or we were in the early part. Here's Grayscale with their own blockchain.
Yeah.
All of these people, there's so many different blockchains out here. There's so much, all of this stuff is going to have to be merged and acquired, and things are going to get real interesting. Here's Perkins Cole. Perkins Cole is one of the major law firms out here for crypto compliance and shit like that. They've got their own blockchain. So, there's a lot of different places out here working on this. TaxBit for compliance and law. So there's a lot of different companies out here that are messing around with blockchain, trying to bring it to us in some kind of better or different format. And, that's the way of it is just a matter of time at this point before that mass adoption gets here. It's all happening behind your back. It's all happening. And by the way, that doesn't even bring up what we talked about before. Connexus, which is the old Onyx system, is not even on the list because it's permissioned. It's not permissionless. So it doesn't even get included. But imagine how many people are working on their own little blockchains, and the only thing they need to be in order to do business in America is ISO 20022 compliant. And not only would that, according to Trump, not only would that be enough, but it would also mean that you don't get taxed. So,
there you
go.
Well, and you know what? I had an interesting discussion because I had Gary Cardone on the show a few weeks ago, and we started going into that realm of companies coming in, acquisitions happening, stuff like that. And I'm like, what are your thoughts on that? And he's like, it'll never happen. It'll never happen. I'm like, there's no way that that's not going to happen, because why would a company spend $1 billion to develop something that's already out here? I'm not talking about your dojo swaps and bullshit like that. I'm talking about like some of these like real specific blockchains, some of these real specific let's just call it utilities, just a piece of tech that somebody has that they're like, you know what? I don't want to spend all this money. I want to acquire this. Maybe you bring on the team, maybe you just take it over, and the fucking, that's it for the team. Is just, they made their money and they're gone. You know what I'm saying? But why, even me as a businessman, like, why would I spend $500 million to develop a piece of tech that I can buy for 20, and then boom, I integrate it into whatever my plans are, and boom, I'm off to the races. And in my opinion, I definitely think that that's going to happen.
I don't know that he's thinking clearly about this. I think that he's looking at it as this Wild West for right now. I don't think he understands how close we are to, all of these. Amazon Web Service is on a blockchain now.
Yeah.
NVIDIA is in the blockchain through Render. Walmart has their own blockchain. So, all of these different companies, and by the way, I don't know if they created it and by the way, for anybody who wants to know, you can create a blockchain in about an hour to 90 minutes as well by copying an open source blockchain and just changing the registrations. Like literally, all you have to do is go to GitHub, download Ethereum as a blockchain, or download one of these open source blockchains and then just change the repositories for it and change the addresses for it. And you have your own blockchain. It's beyond me, but it's not beyond most developers. So a blockchain is the easy part. And there's a lot of different people out here creating their own blockchains to make all this stuff happen. And then eventually some of these are going to be redundant. Walmart might decide, hey, I don't need this blockchain that I'm developing. What I need is to get in on Devi and just be part of that because it's permissioned already. And I need that because they partnered with, and I can't say it out loud yet, but because they've partnered with this company and I need this company's business, so I'm going to partner with them. And then Kmart says, why are we still in business? Oh, wait a minute. That's not the question. The question is, what are, if we're going to continue to do business, how do we do business? And it's the same thing. They're going to look at something. They're going to look at these existing blockchains and they're going to find one that works for them. And here's the thing. You don't have to take over the blockchains, by the way. So was it Grant or Gary that you talked to? Gary. So Gary might be right in that blockchains are not going to be bought. But
I asked him specifically. I'm talking about pieces of tech, like somebody that's got something specific that a company would that would be like, you know what, I can integrate that into my business model, and I don't have to spend $500 million to fucking buy it. I can go make a deal, 20 million, boom, I bought it, I integrate it into my business, and boom, I can expand from there. I was trying. That's what I was trying to tell him. He was like, "No, it's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen." I'm like,
wrong.
Why? Why not? I mean, I let him go. You know, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I think and like you said, in a sense that there's still a lot of people that are, especially even businessmen, very successful business people right now that are dipping their toes into crypto, and they don't even fully understand it. They don't even fully understand that, hey, you know what? Just because you've seen FTX fall, that there's not other exchanges out there doing proper business. They're just because you saw Haktua rug, or it didn't exactly rug, but for the most part it did. And then but there's other, like you take Interlink for example. They're constantly they've got their niche. They're building their stuff, and they're keeping their community, the communities like engaged. I mean, that's a lot of it because people are starting to utilize like the video game. You know what I'm saying? The video game platform. You know what I mean? It's like people are utilizing that, and that's what you want. People that are actually going to use your shit. You can build the best thing in the world, but if ain't nobody fucking using it, it's garbage. You know what I'm saying? And and that's part of that. Is that okay? Well, shit, they got this big user base. You know what? Let me go ahead and see. Let's talk some business. Even if it's not acquisition, it's like, hey, let's like legit partner up, and do some real business together. You know what I mean? There's so much out there, but then at the same time, you got to decipher through the bullshit, and that's what a lot of these big business people don't want to do. Is they're not wanting to take the time to this because there's so much bullshit. Unless you're in the know, unless devs and and stuff like that, it's like you don't know what's real and what's fake.
Yeah,
it's hand in hand. I don't know, man. What do you think, Trucker?
Yeah, I think you're making some valid points. I think the businesses are definitely going to have to worry about what devs they're using because we'll look at Hawk2 again. Like, you have a big business come in and use a dev, that could wreck a company. Like, not just the token. Like, they can destroy an entire company if they wanted to. And that's the security behind it too. Like you got to make sure things are secure because the blockchain right now is sketchy with a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, but even with Web 2, we just saw the fucking treasury just got fucking hacked by China. You know what I'm saying? It's like you know, like you know, to add what Bleeds was talking about earlier, it's like we ain't even got a grasp on Web 2. We ain't even got our shit. We can't even secure Web 2, and we're already dipping toes into Web 3, and it's like nobody knows what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it, you know, it's like, what was the point of that? Why would you go? Why are you hacking the treasury? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much shit behind that. There's so much shit going on that we aren't even aware of. That, you know, it's like I said, we don't even have Web 2 security. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, I guess in a way, I mean, I guess utilizing the blockchain technology is going to be, you know, it is part of the way of the future. You know, to help to secure things, you know, because eventually Web 2 and Web 3 is it's going to be the web. There ain't going to be no separation anymore. Eventually, down the line, we're just going to know it as the web.
Well, let's back up for just a second. The internet is secured with SHA 256. Bitcoin is SHA 256. The internet did not get hacked.
Well, there's systems or what, you know.
Some little stank muffin who spent her Sunday out trying to get dick down with her phone got hacked or had some kind of virus or something like that on it and went to work at the Treasury on Monday. And she was like, YOLO, baby. And the next thing you know, somebody's hacking into something. You know what I mean? Somebody opened an email. It was not a situation in which, even though they say it, the Chinese did not hack into it with a brute force hack because we don't have the capacity. Even SHA 256 with a quantum computer is still unhackable. It doesn't change anything. So it's human error that caused them to be hacked. And the solution to that could be the blockchain, but if I have your seed phrase, I can get into your shit. So you're no more secure. You're no more secure on Web 3. That's a myth. The myth here, and there has to be enhanced security in some fashion, and there will be. And you are more secure on Web 3 than you are on Web 2. But there still has to be some upgrades to it before we really get to that spot.
Yeah, 100%.
That's fair. Yeah, everybody that I know that's ever got hacked or anything like that, it was all because of user error. Something happened. They was playing around with their phone, flashed it while they was live streaming and shit, or you know they were buying something and flashed it, or you know they had a screenshot and their phone was hacked. They had a screenshot of the seed phrase and boom, it's you know that you don't keep shit like that on your phone. They don't have 2FA enabled, you know, all that shit. You know what I mean? It's like there are a lot of different ways to protect yourself, and like I said, clicking on dumb links that you know you ain't supposed to be, you know, clicking on shit like that. You know what I mean? It's we still got either way. We still got a ways to go, and you know, especially with the security aspect, I think that you know once they really come out and say, hey, you know what, we're utilizing this. This is ways to keep yourself protected, because instead of just all that, oh well, buy shitcoin, you know, instead of screaming that at the top of your lung, hey, dummy, don't save your seed phrase, don't save your seed phrase on your phone. How about that? You know, like preaching the that's the big thing. Preaching education to people that don't want to listen is the hardest part in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You know, like we be up here talking about, oh well, you know, you know this education, and you got somebody going, well, what about that? What let me go see what Butthole is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead
and then
of
a year from now, they'll be like, man, I wish I knew this. Like, bro, we tried to tell you this. Like, we've had education spaces before. Yes. Like, and you get like 10 people in there. Like,
yeah. Even through the website, like I put up, me and Bleeds is trying to teach people education, and People don't want. They're like, oh well, I seen poo poo pee pee. Then millionaires were made. No, not really. I mean, because even like we was talking about buttholes. Like even you got $1 million worth of tokens, but you ain't cashing out no million. They only got 1.3 in liquidity. Like, how did that don't work? Especially because of price action. I mean, you're not going to cash out $1 million just because it says you got $1 million. You ain't cashing that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of that education. Everybody's like, ooh, look, I got all this token. Yeah. But then, your wallet says, oh, well, I got, like some of the shit that you get dusted all the time. It's like, oh, well, this is worth $1 billion, but it's got like 2 pennies in liquidity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't learn the hard way, but there's been some of those that I've seen that money in your wallets, and you're like, oh snap, and maybe I should think twice about it. Like we've all been there. Like you just got to hide all that stuff, and the NFTs. Yeah. Like there's so many scams out there that they can
airdrop. You just got randomly airdrop. I sent you 3 NFTs with the airdrop that says you're getting ready to get $5,000. All you got to do is click on this website, go here, and connect your wallet.
And like I used to use like PooCoin a lot back in the day because you put your information in your wallet and stuff like that, and it'll bring you up everything, and then it'll show you all of the airdrops, even if they have money in it. So it'll be like, oh, this one's worth $2,000, this one's worth $3,000, and then you get hooked, and you're like, oh man, I can get that out right now. Might as well do it quick. Well, then you get drained. Like the education is huge. I have a piece on my website. Like it's just like the beginner, like the basics of what you need to know. So like a lot of people ask me, like
that's why links right here. All your dusted. You don't even connect your wallet. You copy and paste your wallet address, and links shows you all the shit that's dusted in all your wallet. Everything. Well, as far as like BSC, ETH, and Polygon, all those blocks. If your wallet has anything on that block on those 3 blockchains as of right now, links will populate that shit for you. It'll show you like all the garbage. You would be surprised how much garbage is in your fucking wallet. Especially if you've got a wallet that you've had for a little while, tons of garbage in there. You know what I'm saying? But it'll show. It'll even tell you. I'm sorry, I got to do my links pitch. But look, it'll even tell you. It'll notify you that hey, you have a new token in your wallet. So if you didn't buy no token, and all of a sudden you got some new token, it gives you a notification you got a new token in your wallet. Something might be a little fishy. Don't go connect your wallet. Don't go to your actual wallet and start trading on that bullshit. Do your research and make sure that for one it's legit. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't scary. But you know what I'm saying? It's part of like utilize the tools that's available to you, especially that's free. Links is free to use. Go check it out. It's on Android and iOS. I gotta put my links out there. But but it's stuff like that. It's like there's so many tools out there for people to use. I mean, you got bubble maps now. Well, it's been around for a little bit, but now a lot more people are starting to utilize the bubble maps. A lot more people are starting to utilize breadcrumbs. So for those that are more tech savvy, breadcrumbs will show you, hey, it'll connect everything every wallet that's been associated with the wallet. You know what I'm saying? Like there's things out there to help you be safe, but it's part of that education you got to have to know how to use the shit. Because I can show it to you right now. Like if you've never seen it before, I'll show it to you right now. It's Chinese or it's foreign. You don't know how to use it. You don't know what it is. You don't know what the lines are. You don't know what these little numbers and this little space, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got to continue driving into people is that, you have to understand what you're doing. It's like money. You don't just go out and don't know how to use a debit card. You know what I'm saying? You go out, you learn how to use it. You go put in your PIN number. It's the same concept. You know what I'm saying? Just on a different scale. Learn what you're doing. So, besides, all right. So look, besides, the shitcoin mayhem that's going on. You know what I'm saying? As far as business, man, how are you guys' businesses going this year?
Mine's
that
crushing.
Good,
I mean, man, I God damn, I wish I could complain. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to make I don't want to make anybody feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, I'm. Look,
well, look. All right. So look. How all right. So how did it feel when or what was the feeling that you had that before you actually created your business? It was like, was it you full of fear, butterflies in your stomach, about to poop yourself? Like, what did it feel like to make that jump from everyday life to businessman?
All right. So here I was the vice president of a collection agency. So I was going to I was doing my daily shows while I was still working as the VP of a company. And when you're a VP, you don't have a ton to do, so a little extra time and shit like that in your day. So basically what happened to me is that company, just one day the owner called me, and like, he didn't come to the office anymore. There was a long story behind it, but he didn't come to the office anymore. He was looking to get out, shit like that. So he calls me, or actually I came in one morning and my payment system wasn't working. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And he was like, oh, I'll get that taken care of right away. And then an hour later, the payment system was still not working. So at that point, I was like, something fucked up going on here. And then I was like, you know what? I'm done for the day. And I left early to go home. And he called me from a law office and said that the company was closed, effective immediately. Please go back to the office and tell everybody that they can go home and they don't need to return to work.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, in my mind, I was already like this. I was like, I don't need this fucking job. I make 3 times as much in crypto as I do as the vice president of a company. So I was like, well, you know what? Nice. You know what I mean? Like, it's an opportunity. So it fell into my lap. If it had not fallen into my lap, I might still be doing that job. So, you know what I mean? Like, I might still live, just because it was good. It was easy money to bring in. It was a lot of money to bring in. It was, it was a good position. Not, it's the responsibility wasn't huge. So then, to make matters even better, the moment that happened, I called Ben Armstrong, a buddy of mine. I called him up and I called his girl, and I'm like, I just lost my job. And they said, we'll hire you for Bencoin. So I was like, all right, cool. So, they pay me about half of what I was making to begin with, but they were already like, I was already doing well. You know what I mean? So they just, quote unquote, solved a problem. Then 3 days later, I got hacked. So everything got stolen except what I had taken out to pay bills. So my bills were paid, but I had gotten hacked. So they immediately they immediately reached out and took care of me. You know what I mean? So, they didn't give me a bunch of money or anything like that. They were just like, if you need anything, let us know. They cared. And I recovered that money. It took a while. It took a while. The days kind of bleed in when you're not working and you're just trying to hustle. The days kind of bleed. But I had enough to pay my bills. I had enough to put a little bit in the bank. You know what I mean? I had enough. And then September, I got hacked again. And it was because, somebody reached out to me and said, let's do a Zoom call to talk to the team about whatever it is that you're doing. So I even knew it the moment it happened.
Dirty.
Yeah. The moment it happened, I knew it. And they didn't take anything out. And I was like, oh shit, I must have survived. And then at that point, I should have switched wallets to begin with, but I didn't. And then I was getting ready to go on vacation. And the night before on vacation, I go to, I check my wallet that night and it's all gone. And I'm like, oh shit. And then I reached out to a couple people that I'm partnered with, and I'm like, hey man, look, this is what happened. I need your help. And Pablo Crow from MSI stepped up immediately and gave me enough money for the vacation. But he didn't say, and by the way, he didn't give me extra money. He just said, let me prepay you for next month. And you just continue to partner with me. And I was like, perfect. So I did that while I'm on vacation. I had a company reach out to me and say, hey, we want to do some videos. And I was like, all right, well, this might work. And I'd taken my computer with me just in case. And then another company reached out to me and said, hey, we need a video. And I was like, oh shit, I've actually paid for, my month, if you will. I've paid my bills for the month. Then another one reached out to me on vacation, by the way. I'm on a 4-day vacation, and 3 companies reached out to me immediately for work. And by the way, work had been kind of slow at that point, except for a couple of, guaranteed partners that I've had for a while. So then we got to the beginning of the month and I was like curious. I was like, man, knowing my luck, these fucking partners will all be like, you know what? We've had enough of this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. They did not. Every one of my partners was like, you know what? We appreciate everything. The fact that you're honest with people, even in the face of looking like an asshole or giving an opinion that people don't like, no matter what, you tell people exactly what you think at all times. We value that. And every single one of them continued to partner with me. And then business picked up even more, so that on this day, I see clearly everything has come to life. By the way, Adam Copeland came back to AEW this weekend, so that was a great thing. But all of a sudden, Dev E starts pumping. All of a sudden, cryptos that I've been involved in start pumping. All of a sudden, everything's starting to we're getting to the bull run. We're getting to that moment. My exchange partners are suddenly paying me a little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more, and I'm winning. I got into TEMA, which is TEMA. I got into TEMA for 1 Solana, and I pulled out 40 Solana. You know what I mean? So I had a couple of good wins along the way. So not only did I make my money back, but then I made a little bit of extra. You know what I mean? Like, if everything, let's just say everything fell apart today. Also, I have a Chicago Bears podcast as well that pays me pretty good. So, and I did not have that when I quit, when I quit working. So, everything balancing out with that. If the wheels fell out of crypto tomorrow, I still don't have to work for a year or two. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm good. Not great. I'm good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was nervous. I didn't have high blood pressure. I did have high blood pressure before. Yeah. Or I did not have high blood pressure before. I do have high blood pressure now. However, my blood pressure went down. I got my teeth cleaned. Turns out the whole time my blood pressure was spiking because I had what they call calculus buildup around some of my teeth, where like I had it's that yellow shit. Yeah. Well, I went and got my teeth cleaned, and now, and then all I have to do is pull up and take these hoes to the gun show. And not for nothing, I don't lift heavy anymore because I'm older. But like my warm up is 225 20 times. You know what I mean? That's my bench press warm up, and then I go up to 275 and do that 15 times. Then I go to 315 and I do that 10 times, and I don't go any heavier. And then I go back down. I'm strong as a fucking ox. I'm fit. Muscular. Yeah. My life is better today than it was a year ago, even despite being hacked twice. Life is better, and we're getting to the bull run now. So hopefully, what I really need, I guess, here's what I need. Devi, I want that 50X, and I want it today.
Bro, if Devi 50X right now, bro. Yo, that'd be a good payday.
Yeah, that would be quite the run. And by the way, for anybody who's wondering, a 50x on Devi is only a $1.5 billion market cap. So I am pretty sure. Don't hold me to this, please, for the love of God. Don't fucking hold me to this. If you do, I'm going to tell everybody you're gay and you like the D. If it is my belief that the fair value of Dev E going into the end of this bull run and maybe into the future, if you will, is 100 billion. But for this market, this time, it could be 10 billion. 10 billion from where it is right now is about a 300x.
Yo!
I'm guessing. I don't have anything to back that up other than, there's some partnerships. There's a lot of things that they've got working. There's a lot of this is not, we talk about, Vince, you and I, we talk about, I don't know exactly who the partner is. I'm pretty convinced I know who it is. We've talked about it, but without knowing for sure, I can't say. But here's what I can say. If it's not the partner that I'm thinking, it's a commensurate partner or bigger. It's not smaller. So whatever they've got going on is going to be incredible. And it's just the start, because any company that wants to do business with this must-have fintech company, anybody who wants to do business with them would also have to adopt either their blockchain, which would be the cheapest and easiest, or they would have to have an ISO 20022 compliant blockchain, which, by the way, if they're doing that, why not download the one that you need? And I think that leads to a weird level of mass adoption of the DevX blockchain.
Yeah.
In a level that, that we may not have seen before in cryptocurrency, because of the way it's designed, because it's permissioned, because it's built for business to do business with business level shit, for them to run their own nodes, for them to settle their own transactions, for them to do all of the things that a permissionless blockchain does without having a bunch of Jeets out here saying, I'm selling my 32 Dev E, bro, because just trying to make some profit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I made $5 profit.
Right. So it's going to happen without some of that stuff. So I get this real sense that a lot of people are there's nothing you can do to convince them that Dev E is going to go crazy, because they're jaded. They've been milling around shitcoin paradise for too long, and they don't understand what a good project looks like.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to miss out.
Yeah.
Or they're going to cry their way through it all, or they're going to sell too early. You know what I mean? They're not going to maximize. So, but 10 billion is the market cap that I think is going to happen, about 300x from where we are right now. And if it goes 300x from where we are right now, you better take a picture, because you'll never see my ass again. The only thing that I will put out for 1 week is this video. And I will do that shit
on repeat
for 3 minutes exactly. And then at the very end, it'll fade to black, and you'll hear Dave Chappelle going, "I'm rich, bitch." You know what I mean?
Man.
But really, like, this is what I love doing. This is my, this is what entertains me. Is I hope I provide entertainment to people. I hope I provide value to them in some small way. And this is what I love doing. So if my life has changed and I end up getting richer, if it all comes to pass, then I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Just going to keep doing what I'm doing and enjoy life. You know what I mean?
I heard that, man.
Yeah, it's same boat. Same boat.
So what about you, Trucker, man? You went from community member to CEO of Interlink, man. Like what? How did you feel to make that change?
Just decided to make the jump. Just going from project to project to project to project, and just being I don't want to say disappointed, but I decided to make the leap and depend on myself instead of somebody else. So I ended up taking all of my investments and putting them directly into Interlink, and pretty much self-funded it. And but I took bits and pieces of all the projects that we were in, and things that I liked and didn't like, things that community liked and didn't like, and put them right into Interlink. So, I mean, it's been phenomenal. Like, we launched March. So I think today we are 9 months old. So today on the dot, it has been an awesome experience, especially, I guess, with my background of like building communities. And I've always had that like mentality of like trying to like unite DeFi. A lot of people use that in a negative way to like take investors, and it's I think I've done a pretty good job of proving myself that I'm not all about that, because most of the time I don't even shill Interlink. Like, I do all these spaces and I'm trying to bring light to other projects. But all of the, we'll say, utilities and stuff like that, and use cases that we have built, it's a foundation that we have built right now. And 2025 is going to be awesome. So, I mean, we're finally putting together a great team. We have promotion page speakers. We got YouTubers. We have about 40 projects that are partnered with us now. 35 of them, I think, are reward options on our staking platform. So, I mean, there's like the staking. The staking is automated, so there's no big wallets that hold a huge amount, and then the team gets to decide, oh, we'll give you some rewards now or maybe later. It's all automated. So as soon as those reward hits, so I'm just trying to build it. I mean, the foundation is good. We just launched our new metaverse building. Well, that's going to be up and running here soon. Some opportunities for people. That's going to, not even just for people, but for businesses to be able to interlink inside of a mall type setting in the metaverse to create a community engagement. No one has done it before. No one that I've seen. So, I mean, it's given even the smallest projects. That's what we're all about too, with like the exchange and stuff. It's free listings. Like, we're looking out for the smaller ones instead of trying to take over the world with $20,000 listings and stuff. So even trying to help out all the small people. So
what kind of networking did that take, man? Because I mean, you can't just be like, oh, hey, come partner with me. Hey guys, you know what I'm saying? Like what did it take?
Some of it was just like that, like balls to the wall, like. But it's good being all of these older projects that I've been in for the past 4 or 5 years. Those are the kinds of projects that I went after first. Like, we'll have like Master Key Finance, Master Key. There was DFS Mafia. Like, some of those did take a little bit of work because they want to see stability. Absolutely. But I always have to go for them. But the way I did it, instead of just listing people like on a staking platform, we call them alliance members, because we're trying to make this space a little bit safer. So we did like an application process. So I was going to these different projects, and I want to know about them. I don't want to just know about their token and a shill and chill or something like that. I want to know the team, something fun about you, who the dev was, look at your contract and your Telegram a little bit. So I was doing my own research. But the networking was, I mean, it was fun. It was fun. It definitely took some work. But as soon as that, I want to say 4 or 5 months of where other bigger projects started looking, like, then the ball started rolling. Now the projects that are coming onto the platform, we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, we just partnered up with Volt, Paw Chain, like Stake Hospitality. So like, it's nice that it started very small and now we're gradually growing, but it's at a steady pace. We have no FUD that's around us, and everyone can see that we're actually trying to help the community be a better, not just Interlink, but like all of crypto. We want to make it all better.
I heard
all more secure.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, you guys are still rocking. You guys are rocking and rolling, man. Like I mean, like you said, I haven't heard any negative things about, you know, the way you guys are conducting business or anything. And I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. You know, if you're conducting business properly in the space, I mean, you know, you should have, you know, that level of success. Now, it may not be as fast as some people may want it to. Some people want to be an overnight success, and it don't always happen like that. You know what I mean? But you know, you guys keep your head to the ground and continue to work the way you're working, man. And I mean, definitely, you guys
and
are
it'll all come together. That's why
yeah.
I'm not too worried about it, because I see, and everyone else is starting to see, like, if we have a product, there's no hype around it. There's no, hey, we're getting this together. Oh, we're getting this together. You guys better buy now. We just dropped it. we just dropped it. That was one thing that I didn't like about some projects.
Yeah.
So like everyone would build on hype, and if you get something, you get something. If you don't, or you get something broken. So it's like, when we have something, we just drop it. And we've been delivering things. Our link tree is getting bigger by the day, it seems. But it's all great use case stuff for people. We have a tools page. Links is on the tools page. We're part of Links too. It was like one of those projects that it was like, man, Links has a great setup. I have to be listed on there. So just trying to figure out which ones I know are going to be great, that are bringing value to the community and the crypto world. So those are ones that I want to really stick with.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Because I mean, you can't, and that's another thing, you know, that I've learned, and you know, and I've seen a lot of business folk like yourself trying to achieve is keeping your name clean and staying away from the garbage. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like me as a I'm not going to go partner with, you know, I keep saying it as I'm watching the chart just take butthole token. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, I'm not going to, because that's not part of my business. That's, you know, I don't, you know, like the people that I talk to and the businesses that I'm associated with, like something like that's going to ruin my image. They're like, oh man, I can't mess with you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's one of those things that, and I see a lot of creators, especially over these past years, like they've come and gone because they go down that road of just every garbage that comes along. As soon as it launches, they're like, oh, you ought to see it. And then next thing you know, it's like, boom, it rugs or something stupid happens with it. And, you know, and then boom, there goes your name, because your name's tied to it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We don't, like our promotions page. Our promotions page is pretty much going to get set up. We don't even have that as a shill and chill anymore. We changed the name of a shill and chill to elevate and engage, because we want to, even on that, when you have the meme tokens and stuff, we want to get to know the people, the project, instead of just, hey, I got a butthole token and it's doing pretty good. Like, we want to know about you guys. But more on the interlink, like Alliance, like those are going to be more of your secure place. Everyone still has to do their own research. We're just doing a little bit to be like, if this is something I would invest in, I'll present it to you guys and we'll put it on the platform. That interlink promotion is just, that's going to be a fair game. And I mean, we're still going to try and not have that happen, but we don't want to see anyone get hurt. But yeah, if it's an Alliance member, it's more on the safer side, we'll say.
Yeah, it's definitely fair, man. You know, and then even then, at the end of the day, I mean, you know, people, you know, some people just have nefarious, you know, things about themselves, and you know, they'll pull the wool over your eyes for a while, you know, but everybody gets exposed eventually. If you're doing some bullshit, you're doing some dirt. We see it time and time again. Like one of the most successful meme garbage that came across, say Tama, look, they are damn near all of them sitting in prison right now. You know what I mean? Like at some point, if you're doing shit, you're going to get caught in this space, especially once, you know, we really get to the point to where they are really enforcing any type of regs. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones that are existing and the ones that will be created later on down the line, once they really get to enforcing this stuff, we'll see a lot of that bullshit go away, and a lot of these people that have been scamming and ruining people's lives, they're going to have their feet held to the fire. and I'll be excited to see it. You know what I mean? Because there's
not a lot of projects that'll tell you flat out, like, if you look at all the wallets and all the addresses that are like top 10 or something, like you can count for, all of them are accounted for. Anybody can ask a question about any of them, and I have specific needs for them. And so not many projects can do that. I try and be as transparent as I can about whatever I'm doing. Like there's some things you got to keep hidden just because they might be a big piece of the puzzle, like something that I have in the works for the metaverse building, but that goes to like the extent of it, like keeping stuff from people.
Yeah, but in business, you can't. I mean, you don't tell your like McDonald's ain't sitting out here telling everybody what's in their secret sauce. We all know what it is, but it's like, they're not. That's not something that they're promoting. I mean, it's out there. You can find it. You can find what their buns are made of and stuff like that. But it's one of those, because if they really promoted what they were, what the shit's made of, nobody'd buy it.
Speaking of buns, my butthole is taking a giant dump.
I'm telling you, man. I'm sitting there watching the chart.
Put the chart up.
I'm watching the chart, man.
Put the chart up. I gotta see this.
I'm gonna have to flush this turd.
What was it? When we was talking about it earlier, it was sitting at what, like a 37 mil market cap?
Yeah,
or something like that?
It was just a little red.
Yeah.
So what do you think? It's gonna
it's at 20. It's at 28 and dropping. Look. So when we was talking earlier, they had like 1.3 in liquidity. They're down to 1.1, and I mean it's continuing to just eat a turd.
I don't want to tell people to avoid the butthole,
but it stinks.
But it's my duty.
How long have you been waiting for that?
About 4 minutes.
I was gonna say you knew you were gonna talk about butthole today. You're gonna probably made a list of like little things to say.
As soon as I saw Ashley and Broker talking about the butthole today, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This cannot be real. And then it turns out it was fucking real.
I seen her post today about what am I gonna tell my accountant?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I tell my accountant I lost my butthole or something like that. It was like so stupid. I was like, what?
Yeah, there were a lot of bleached butthole jokes today, and I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I know I'm not buying any.
Look, if anybody out there, if you bought it and you made profits, congratulations. I mean, regardless of what we think about it, if you're making profits in this space, I mean, hopefully you're taking your profits and doing something positive with it. But I mean, that's not something.
Well,
I mean, as a DGen, if like we would all say, I wish I knew, but like if I had known that like it was going to have that type of popularity, I probably would have bought it, a long time ago and took profit.
It had a perfect retracement so far. Like here, pull up this here. Like, I mean, it might just take off because like it looks like here's the fib. Pull that up. There's the fib right now from the last impulse move. And it perfectly came down to the 618 right there, which means that the likelihood is it's going to run back up here. Now, this is on an hour, so I don't know that it's all going to take place right here, but I would say that it's coming back to 36 pretty soon right here. Now, the other thing to that is we're at 858, so the new candle's going to mint right here. I would think maybe it does this and then comes down here next. That would be my estimation of what's going to happen next. And then that will be 1, 2, 3, and that will have completed this Elliott wave that it was on. So, maybe, just maybe, it's going to continue to take off. I don't see it. I don't think there's a reason for it to continue. I mean, sometimes the butthole's funny. Sometimes
I knew another line was coming.
Sometimes you get tickled, but most of the time it kind of hurts. So I would think that this is probably just a funny sort of thing. And by the way, this could go to 100 million for all I know.
It could. It could. We've seen it happen time and time again. Like something silly like this runs up crazy. And
the risk for a 3x to me is not worth the return. I wouldn't risk 1 Solana to make 3 Solana on something that's probably going to end up at a half Solana more likely.
Yeah. But it's things like this, man, that's kind of frustrating to see, especially now at this point in I would say my crypto career, that you have this going up to even almost $40 million market cap, when nothing for it. You don't know who's running it. It's obviously just, it's stupid. In my opinion, it's a stupid, it may be funny, whatever, but it's a stupid idea. But then you got you got other you got real devs out here building real utilities or tech or whatever the case may be, and they get little to no attention. And it's like, that's kind of frustrating to me as well at this point in my, because like I said, I still do my little DJing shit, but when I see somebody that has a piece of tech out, and it's like, say it's like they got this, I don't know, some kind of AI thing that's just it's phenomenal. Say it beats Grok or something like that, but it's not going to get no attention because everybody's so worried about butthole. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's
should always be concerned about the butthole, though. Always.
I don't know. It's like, how do we? I don't know. How do we as a crypto community evolve from that, man? I mean, I know it's going to take a while, but I mean, it's when will, I don't know. I just don't understand it. When will it end?
So my take on this is probably not going to be the popular one, but it's very simple. You're worried about the wrong thing. I mean, realistically, are you invested in the butthole? No. Do you like the butthole? Is the butthole important to you?
No.
How long is this?
None of these.
He's getting to the bottom of the barrel now.
None of these really matter, right? Here's what matters. You're into content creation. I'm into content creation. We make up reasons to be excited or to not like something. And then we get upset when something that we like doesn't do what we hope that it will do. Like, I'm sitting here right today mad at DevE because it's not at $50.
Well, yeah,
that's
fair.
But it was at 12 cents 2 months ago. It's at 90 cents today. You know what I'm saying? And you go into a chat, and like I'm in the whale chats with all the DevE people, and I hear the DevE people, a new guy comes in to whale chat, and he's like, "What are we doing for marketing?"
See, that's dumb. Yeah.
And here's what I would do. Oh, really? That's what you would do? Well, Jesus fucking Christ, let's fire Ray and put you in charge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we look at these things and, we wish that the thing that we're in was the hot button thing that's like, sizzling right now. But the one thing to remember is the people who focus on the butthole I mean, overall, they're pretty gay. You know what I mean? So
Their breath stinks. No.
yeah. I used to concern myself with it. I used to worry about it. I used to be just like, come on, goddamn, you know what I mean? Like just looking for my brilliant crypto. Like I have one right now that I'm in that I am super upset that it didn't explode, and it was API 3. And it went up to about $3, but back in March when it was really starting to soar, it was at $5. And I was sure, and I'm still sure, that API 3 is going to go to $100 or $200.
Yeah.
But the money has just not cascaded down because retail hasn't fully returned yet. You know, retail that will drive this market hasn't really gotten here yet. What we've seen right now is about $3 to $3.5 trillion worth of institution layering themselves, and then us, you know, the people that have been here for all this time, kind of layering ourselves in, waiting for that next big move. Like we're the future millionaires. You know, we're sitting here waiting for our bag. We're just annoyed that it's not today. So we look at these things with no reason to pump, and you know, we're sitting here and we're mad as shit and like, why didn't the goddamn Cowboys cover the over? What the fuck? You know what I mean? When in reality, it's just a game, and somebody's playing a different game than the one that we bet on. And now we're trying to figure out, well, when are we going to play our goddamn game? You know what I mean? Like that. And that's really what it comes down to, which is why I said, you know, like in October, November, I think I told you the other day, I'm cashing out every goddamn dime. And it's going to be on the sidelines until December of 26 or January of 27. And then I'm going to re-enter this market. And most of it's going to be on Bitcoin and maybe a couple different altcoins. But that's it. Everything else will, I'm going to be out of this market other than, you know, typical bullshit degen plays, something to spend time doing. Other than that, I'm fucking out until December of 26, January of 27. I'm going to follow the 4-year cycle, even though I know I told you guys before, I don't think that the 4-year cycle is going to continue. It doesn't mean we're going to get this. We're not going to get the same cycle, but we're going to get a dip because people are still conditioned to that 4-year cycle and that 4-year dip. So I think that Bitcoin will still still come down a little bit. And I'm going to scoop that dip up because I ultimately think Bitcoin is headed to $1 million. So if I can buy, you know, if it dips back down, let's just say that Bitcoin dips back down at the end of this bull run to $100,000. I could buy 10 Bitcoin for $1 million. And if it's going to go to 10 million, I just made $10 million for $1 million.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I have a plan.
Well, that's why I tell everybody, you know, you got to have entry and exit strategy with anything, you know what I mean? And I've done, like say, throughout the bear, I've had my pitches and throws where I've made some, I lost some, but I made some more back, you know what I mean? But I've been taking like my degen shit, you know, if I make a decent profit off of it, guess what? I was buying Bitcoin all the way down to it was like I think my last purchase was right above 16, and I was buying it all the way down because I was listening, you know, and not only was I listening to people that knew more than me, but I was also doing some of my own and like, you know what, this is correct, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't just taking the information for coin, you know what I mean? I was absorbing the information and going to verify, like, oh, I mean, that definitely makes sense. And you know, if I'm going to invest in this, I'm definitely going to I'm going to invest quite a bit because, you know, everybody said it was going, and I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. You know what I'm saying? With you know, not only my portfolio, but you know, even making the change that I made, you know, with you know, going from Worldwide Crypto to Dragonryders Media, you know, and I've got a lot of flack for that, people are like, oh, well, that's dumb. Nobody rides dragons. Well, I do. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, in my dreams, I am flying high on dragons all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things that I took, my gamer tag and I turned it into my business. And this business ain't just about me. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is like, yes, Dragonryders Media, I self-titled it or whatever, but it's not just about me. Like, I'm doing more than just fucking doing shows and videos and stuff like that. Like, behind the scenes, I'm doing a lot of connecting other businesses to other businesses. I am connecting Web 2 to Web 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a lot of different stuff, even partnerships, sponsorships, like with the fighters and stuff. Like, there's a fight coming up here in February 1st. From Eruption Boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm partnered with Eruption Boxing. If y'all didn't know that, Eruption Boxing MMA Management. And we got a fight coming up, and we're fighting one of Mayweather's guys. You know what I'm saying? And I'm connecting him with sponsors and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I do so much more. Not only that, partnering with other content creators and trying to get them sponsors and stuff like that. It's like, because there's so many. Dude, you would be surprised how many businesses out here they'll see a content creator with 1 million followers, they'll throw some money at them, and their following ain't even fucking real. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm trying to connect businesses with content creators that have real followings. Yeah, okay. So what? They don't have 15 million followers, but guess what? They got 30,000 active followers. Active, not just 1 million, and they may have 10,000 active people in their chats and with their, because you can go to a lot of these different pages and see the analytics. Yeah, you can see what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? And the numbers, the math ain't mathing with a lot of these content creators. You know what I'm saying? It's like but these businesses, they don't know how to decipher that. All they see is like, oh, this person is popular. They have 2 million followers. Let's give them a deal. And then, the ROI that they get, because they're not really preaching to 2 million followers. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody, I could have million on every account. I could have 10 million followers tomorrow. I just got to go pay for it. But why do that? Yeah. I don't say, but like I say, businesses don't a lot of business people and a lot of these companies, they do not understand that. And then they hire other they'll get the intern. They'll hire this 18-year-old intern. Oh, come on in, you intern with us. And like, we want to hear some of your young opinions. And even they don't know. They don't know signs to look for. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why spend your time and money on marketing? Because that's what it is. When you're hiring a content creator, influencer, whatever, that's a form of marketing, social marketing. You hiring these people and they don't have the following, and they're not bringing back any type of return for you because they only actually have 100 people watching them. They got 2 million followers, but they got 100 people watching their lives. Shit, I get that.
It's the same thing with like the influencers on like X. Same thing. They bought it up. Bought it up. Yeah, it's like another part of doing your own research, like not just on the projects, but who's marketing the projects. So like what you're talking about, the influencers, whether the X, YouTube, or something like that, you got to do your own research on a ton of stuff. So before you invest. Because, I mean, the influencers like yourself, and they're putting out all this content, but you don't know. Like, it's just tough. Everyone's got to do their own research on a lot of different aspects, not just what what an influencer is going to say. Like, but
see, and that's where, like, in the position I'm at with my company is like,
here, look at this. This is my YouTube. Or not YouTube. This is my X account. Look at this shit. We offer high quality boosting service for platforms like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Telegram, and more. Our services include followers, views, likes, and more. And all you have to do is just say, "Yo, man, I want that."
Yeah.
So
I get 10 to 15 of those a day.
Right. All day long. Hey, want to promote and support your account? We can increase your account followers to 20K to 50K to 100K to more. It's just that easy. And it's not expensive either. I don't think that it's a whole lot. Like, I think it's really cheap. Do you want to increase and promote your increased active, blah, blah, fucking blah, whatever. But as you go down here, like I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. Yeah. And like, that's not even,
I mean, that's even like the views. That's even like the views. Say, let's take TikTok, for instance, right? All right, say I got a video on there right now that, you know, that may have a couple hundred views. You know what I'm saying?
Hot women sexy underwear. Hot women sexy underwear. I bet you could see the butthole coin. But you can see the butthole coin. Look at this. A whole bunch of different names with a few different things, but in the face of inflation, no one. In the face of inflation, no one. In the face of inflation, no one. It's the same thing over and over and over again. Here's one. We'd love to collaborate with you to spread the butthole. I wonder. Elizabeth here says, hello, Mr. John. I am Aaliyah. Lisa says, hello, Mr. John. I am Aaliyah. What am I there?
Wow.
Why are you calling me John?
But you know, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, even like with X right now, like you can take one of your posts and it'll tell you, all right, you give me such and such dollars. Guess what? Your post is going to have this much more followers, or this much more engagement, and this and that. Like, you can pay. Like, there's I've seen accounts on TikTok where it's like they have this one video that's got 1 million views, but every other video that they have is maybe got like 50 views. And it's like, if you put the money into it, you can have whatever you want. You can make it look like whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? And that's what these businesses, they do not understand. That they don't see this. All they see is, oh, it's got 1 million. They got 1 million views. They're viral. They must be popular. Let's go ahead and hire. Oh, they're all. Oh, look at this chick. She's in a bikini. She's got 1 million followers. Let's go toss some money because she's popular. That's not always the case.
That's why I'm trying to make interlink promotions over there. It's going to be a more stable one to eventually promote stuff like that, the retweets and your spaces, because you go in some of these spaces that have 1,000 people in them, you're like, oh, that's great. Go down to the listeners and click on them. They'll have 3 followers. They'll have this, or they'll have the same
zero posts.
Same headlines, all of them. And
that's how that Mario Knopfel created his. I mean, he botted and you know, lied his way to the top.
Well, I mean, eventually, yeah. I mean, if you spend enough money, you'll actually attain whatever your plan is to attain. I mean, you'll get there. You know what I mean? But it takes a lot of money and a lot of it takes a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And he took advantage of a time when, a few years ago, there was like I was just a person on the side watching. I was watching Bleaves. I was watching Rocket Crypto. I was watching, Jake. And you know what I'm saying? Watching these guys when they only had a couple thousand or a few thousand, you know what I'm saying? And then they took advantage of the crypto market, and boom. I mean, it just, the followers account exploded. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, but I'm trying to help provide a solution to that. Trying to connect businesses with real individuals that have real followings.
Interlink. You're trying to interlink him.
Yeah. But look, all right, look, I got to do this pitch real quick. So Dragonryders Media LLC is a dynamic marketing and media company specializing in connecting brands with influential personalities, amplifying reach through strategic partnerships, and delivering innovative promotional campaigns with a proven track record of success. And I have, because I'm going to get through that, because this year has been very, very successful for Dragonryders Media. But so that includes partnerships with Overflow, Empress, Crypto Empress, Loudmouth, and Bleaves. So and our company's poised to capitalize on emerging trends within influencer marketing, event promotion, and digital engagement to empower brands and influencers through authentic storytelling, strategic alliances, and innovative marketing solutions that drive measurable results. So, and that's just the initial pitch. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of people don't they haven't really paid attention to that. I have a contract with a movie studio. If you want to get your, say Coca-Cola said, hey Coca-Cola, you want your Coke, you want the new Coke brand in a new movie, in the new holiday film, guess what? Reach out to me and I'll make it happen. You know what I'm saying? It's like different things like that. You know what I mean? It's and even in myself, it's a new realm for me. But I mean, I've been this year for Dragon. When I rebranded from Worldwide Crypto to Dragonryders Media, it started off very, very slow. It was kind of frustrating because I was like, damn, I thought I had a little bit more oomph than that. You know what I mean? I thought I had a little bit more engagement than that. You know what I'm saying? So it took off it was very, very slow for me for like the first, 3-4 months. I was like, damn, man. Then I'm like, all right, well, I gotta pay bills. So I'm paying all these subscriptions for fucking StreamYard, fucking, Twitch, basically all these platforms have subscription services, and I utilize all those. And not only that, I pay for Adobe, I pay for, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of different things that I pay for that are part of my business expenses. And I was like, damn, do I really want to do this? I was like, man, this is I'm bleeding right now. You know what I'm saying? But then things started coming through. Like I got a couple people some deals. I got a couple fighters, some sponsors for their different fights and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And things were so as of now, Dragonryders Media is no longer bleeding. And it's man, this has been an exciting year for me. And so with 2025 coming, basically, was it tomorrow, day after tomorrow, or whatnot? In 2 days, I'm going to start off 2025 with an already great streak. And I mean, there's a lot of things already coming down the pipe right now. That like say our fight on February 1st. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting ready to start really promoting that and getting more sponsors. I already got 2 sponsors lined up and you know what I'm saying? We're just waiting on one signature from the WBC. But after that signature's done, hey, boom, I can go full blown, and I mean that's another paycheck for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. There's a lot of people out here trying to take advantage, trying to do the same thing I am, but they're price gouging the fuck out of people. Price gouge. I mean, like literally, like some of the numbers that I hear, like some of the that they get from like sponsors and shit like that, like they're 20-30%, and it's like, they're wondering why they're not getting the business. Like you know how much more business you can have by taking 5-10% and boom, and you get business, you get even more business throughout the year. Rather than, you're banking on that one paycheck to come through, and then you're stuck suffering because don't nobody else want to pay those rates.
Well, speaking of coming down the pipe, the butthole is getting pumped right now.
I seen that green candle coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are just stuffing money into that little butthole.
Wow.
They're just hammering that. You know what I mean? Oh, and look, there's a lot of money going in. I mean, fistfuls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guess they better plug that up.
That is nuts.
I see what you did.
So all right, so starting the new year, you guys see any type of New Year's big New Year's pump coming for Bitcoin? Are we going to get some kind
of 124,000 Bitcoin in January.
Ooh,
January.
Ooh,
yeah, that's the next move.
January.
Yeah. Oh, let's see where we at here. Bitcoin today.
When does he officially get in office?
January 20th.
20th.
The 20. Oh, yeah.
I'm
Okay.
I don't know. I'm thinking they do something to bomb it until he gets in. So I'm thinking price will go down and it might come back up to 105 in January.
Maintaining the trajectory that Bitcoin is currently on and saying that it will hit 124,000 means that, write this shit down because you are going to need this on the test later. January 27 is when it's going to hit 124,000.
27th.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to be wrong about that because I'll never get that perfectly right. But what I will tell you is when I got hacked originally, the way that I made a lot of my money back was because I had bet somebody that Bitcoin would hit 50,000 before the halving. They didn't believe me, so they ended up paying me 1 ETH.
Nice.
Because look, the chart says what the chart says, and sometimes I read the chart the way I want to read it instead of the way it needs to be read. I'm as guilty as anybody of doing that. However, this is not a drill. This shit is about to go out of its mind. We are about to see it might take a couple days into January before it really takes off because, you have the first, people are going to be on holiday. The second, people are going to be back to work. And what's the calendar look like here? January 1st is going to be on a Wednesday, so everybody's going to be kind of On Thursday, you might see like a pre-pump. On Friday, it's going to be the 3rd, and that's going to be your options expiry day, but it's going to be the first options expiry of the new year, which means that it's going to be kind of light, so you're not going to see too much happen there. You're going to look at the 4th and the 5th, and then the evening of the 5th, when MicroStrategy starts making its big buys, which it's doing every Sunday night, when you see that start to happen, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, we're going to go absolutely insane. That's the logic behind where the market is right now. So January 6th, the evening of the 5th, the beginning of the 6th, that's when we really start to see some takeoff. I think everybody's going to be on holiday from now until then. And we could see a dip. We could see a rip. Anything is possible. Remember, if the bulls are not protecting price points, then Bitcoin is subject to a dump, right? And 93,000 is kind of that's kind of your spot right now. Is 93,000 is kind of the support resistant. Well, you know what? Actually, it's about 91.5, really. I would say somewhere around 91.5 seems to be the bottom of this sort of area. And then from there, maybe a strong bounce, maybe not. I mean, maybe we do have another dip. Maybe this is the last chance for the bears to kind of get in on it. We didn't get China didn't approve Bitcoin. They didn't approve crypto. There's pieces out here that haven't fallen into place perfectly, but
yeah,
ultimately, here's the thing that matters. Every single day, BlackRock is buying more Bitcoin because the market the ETFs are absorbing Bitcoin. Every single day, it continues to accumulate. Even on days where it doesn't accumulate for like a short period of time, even on those days, it doesn't matter. Like it's still USD flowing in and out. It's up $35 billion on the ETF for Ethereum. On the days where it's been in the red, it's not been bad. Like the inflows are grossly outweighing the outflows. And none of that is going to change at the beginning of the year when people are ready to start anew, when people are making their New Year's resolution. What's your New Year's resolution? I'm going to get rich on crypto. That's what's going to start happening right now because this is the bull run. So, It is only a matter of timing at this point before we just get this like holy shit sort of candle. And I mean like a $300 billion in a day candle. You know what I mean? Like one of those is going to hit us. We haven't seen those since early November.
Yeah.
When we ran from 67 up to 92. So, we haven't seen something like that happen in a little while, but the last time we saw it was right after, 3 weeks after the launch of the ETF. Then we saw the banana zone really start, and we went from 42,000 to 73,000. And then we entered November, beginning of November, at 66,009. And we didn't stop until we were at 92,000. And then we just kind of idled sideways up to 108,000. Like, I mean, the fuck else do you want? Like, it's about to happen again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what are your end of year predictions? So we can come back to this space next year.
I'm a little bit more conservative. I'm thinking about 180.
Yeah, my minimum is 189, maximum 350.
We're on the same boat. I was thinking 184.
Yeah. Well, the your basic fib retracement from the last bull run puts the golden zone at 174,000. And we always get a nice big wick. So 189, I think, is going to be a safe bet. But I think it goes much, much higher than that. I think we really start to see a lot of things that we didn't think we're going to see happening very, very, very quickly. Not 4 years, but I think right now. And I think that, the people that are in crypto that are part of the Trump administration, those, early adopter sort of people, they recognize the opportunity is right now. And I don't think they're going to waste that.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see a flurry of activity in the Trump administration in the first bunch of days that are going to just supercharge this market for a little while. We're going to see just absolute banana zone stuff. We're going to see XRP take off. XRP probably be $15 by April. Solana most likely $750 by April. Ethereum 12 to 13,000 by April. I think everything is just ready for a blistering sort of run, and it will start with in January Bitcoin going to 124,000. And by the way, if you go back and you look at 2023 or the early part of 2024, when we really saw things take off, and we saw that huge run, right, corresponded along with Bitcoin. This time, it's going to correspond along with Bitcoin, and then there's going to be a little bit of a sell-off back down to, whatever, probably about 100,000. And then that money, since it's so much more, and since retail will have re-entered the arena, that's when you see an altcoin season start that just really starts to send. So, we're here at the beginning of altcoin banana zone.
And I'm going to be riding them futures all the way up this motherfucker.
Yeah. I caught that Bitcoin long at 91.5 today. So
did you?
Yeah, I'm sitting on that one right. It was 91.6, I think. But I caught that one. And then I'm in Solana at 184. Then I'm in Ethereum. I think Ethereum was like 32.90. So I'm up on everything. The only one that I'm slightly down on right now, which I don't know, it'll take off, but am I down? No, I'm not down. I'm at $1.99. So I'm almost break even on XRP, but all of my longs got filled over the last 48 hours. So now it's just a matter of, hopefully I put a couple of small buys in to DCA just in case.
Yeah.
So I don't get liquidated. I don't think it's going down too much more. And the only thing now is just, 3 more days, and we'll start seeing some real upward momentum. And then we'll see again. I just got to protect it until January 6th. And even if I don't protect them until January 6th, if I lose that money, I don't give a fuck. Because my $1 million bags are already in my spot wallet. So who gives a shit?
Yeah. I heard that, man.
And I have 5 digits in available cash sitting on the sidelines in case I need to pay bills. I'm not worried about anything.
Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be, man. I mean, and see, that's where a lot of people get caught up because they may get that one like little bag that shoots up and they get that $10,000 and then next thing you know, it's like they spend it. They're like, oh, what's the first thing I can buy? Look, I'm gonna tell y'all what. Look, if you get in and you get a buy, you buy in something small and you make some big gains off of it. If your very first thought is what kind of car you can fucking buy, or that's your very first mistake. Because look, when you spend your investment, it's gone. Then you got to do it again. You know how hard it is to do something like that again, especially if you get lucky and catch one.
Yeah.
Like say you bought Butthole when it launched and you rode that thing all the way up to 38 mil. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are like, oh, let me get in. Then they start chasing other little DGen shit, and then you go broke. You know what I'm saying? Look,
Yep.
if you get part of my strategy is I take my profits. I have a small little bit. I think I take about maybe 10-20% of whatever, depending on what the profits are now. I'll take 10-20%. I'll set it aside for DGen shit, and the rest of it goes back into blue chips. Period. And that's my strategy. You know, other people might say, oh, 10% goes to DGen and blah, blah, you know what I mean? But I mean, that's just the way I do it. And you know, my little strategies worked out for me.
People that say that can go fuck themselves because they are trying to convince you to earn slowly and just get into Bitcoin. That's what everybody ultimately wants when they're telling you that. Only put a little bit into that. And it's a fair, like if you're a financial advisor, it would be abhorrent of you to say, buy some fucking meme coins, bro. You know what I mean? Like it would be just beyond the pale. So yeah, I mean, I get that, but you know, that's for me later. Right now, I'm on risk. So my risk is in altcoins that I think have not pumped that need to pump super hard. And in meme coins that I know are going to just go parabolic at some point. You know, I've got thousands of dollars into some of these meme coins that I'm just quietly, silently sitting on. And I'm just, you know, when the market is right. I mean, here's the thing. Just imagine what happens to all of your meme coins when Solana is $700. It's $190 today. What happens when it goes to $700? And it will go to $700. What happens to your Ethereum meme coins when Ethereum is suddenly, let's just say $7,000, because I anticipate $7,000 in January for Ethereum. What happens when all of that shit happens? Like, where are your meme coins now, bitch? You know what I mean? Like, they're going to go absolutely crazy.
Yes.
I mean, your butthole is going to be swollen. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of these little things out here that are just going to go, you know, and here's the other part. The one thing to remember is once regulation just gets eased a little bit, Binance will start listing a bunch of meme coins, which are already doing.
Yeah.
Coinbase, more meme coins. These cryptos are going to go out of their fucking minds. Okay. And it's almost there. Like it's almost there. Where, you know, you just start seeing the New Year's listings, you know, all of these exchanges are going to start listing some of these meme coins. They're not going to be ones you expect even. Like they're just going to be, you know, they even set up, if you guys don't remember, there's incubation zones now for Binance and Coinbase and shit like that, where, you know, they bring in these ridiculous coins, and if they have something to them, they end up listing them and stuff like that. I mean, there's weird stuff happening out here so that they can maximize their profit as well.
Yeah. It's like OKX.
Yep.
Or case, excuse me, not KCEX. Hey, it's like every day, it's like something like weird is just getting listed. And
right.
You know, hey, on a 50X, Hey, you either hit, it's a 50-50 shot. As soon as it lists, it's 50x. It may hit, it may miss, but the hits really. Why you setting them stop loss?
Yeah, today they listed OGC, Meow24, Meow Cat, Chotchki, and Pythia, and Slinky, and Lexicon. And yesterday it was Luna AI, Lun AI, Firo, and DF. And the day before that, no, this is continuing that day, Steam and Tiva. And then the day before that, it was Green and Rye and Asscoin. Oh, that Asscoin goes in the butthole. Yeah, I mean, they're listing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, there was one that I was listed a few weeks ago. It's called like Bluefin or something like that. Dude, I made some big profits off of that. Good. And see here, and look, here's something I'm very adamant about, right? So it's like you, myself, I don't really see a lot of truckers trades, but we are actually But look, here's so you get a lot of people out here that are saying, oh yeah, well I'm making all this money in crypto, right? Like you got guys like us that are like we're posting our trades. You know what I'm saying? Like you go check my TG right now. Like I was just woke up one morning and just started bullshitting around and made almost $3,000. You know what I'm saying? Like and of course I all right, so I have a little bit more degen money than most. So I do 100x. I don't give a shit. Hey, if I lose $100, if I lose a couple $100, it is what it is. I'll just replenish it and boom, I just keep going at it. But not everybody can do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's the difference between a lot of these people that are saying, hey, you know what? Go buy some of this, and this you ought to buy some of this just because it blah 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 blah. And then look, most of the time, these people that are telling you to buy shit and that shit's like XRP is going to $30,000 next month, they're the ones that are broker than you. I'm dead ass. Like it's and they're not making the money that they're claiming. That's why they don't show you shit. Like anybody can come up, pull up a chart and go, oh, squiggle some lines and shit and say, hey, yeah, you ought to do this because I think this is going to, you know what I'm saying? But who's actually giving you correct information? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like Bleaves, I learned a lot from Bleaves, and he can deliver the info a lot better than me. I'm like ADHD and just like I get to excited and my words jumble and I'm all over the place. But like when like hearing him speak and he's actually telling you, okay, well, I think this is going to do this and this is why, boom, 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 boom. That's a lot different than some of these other that are just like, hey, here's a screenshot. And it does the exact opposite of what they're telling you to do. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, they're not showing you, like, I mean, we don't have to show you, but when we're trying to deliver education and deliver some knowledge and stuff like this, we're trying to back our knowledge up to let you know, hey, look, we may not be the smartest bunch, but we're knowing enough to where we're being successful in this space and doing what we're doing. You know what I mean? And I mean
the CTOs too is exactly what you're talking about. It's people trying to make you their exit liquidity to make it a couple bucks. So these CTOs, some of them are good. I have a couple projects that are talking to me that are good, but a lot of the other ones are influencers that tank or that chart tanked. Well, now they need to really hustle and tell you it's going to 10x just so you could be their exit liquidity so they can make their profit back.
Oh, I CTO'd a project. So, all right. I don't know if y'all saw, but I was posting Sleepy Tour. So the dev, it didn't do anything, and she didn't want to be a part of it anymore. She paid me for a couple videos and some postings, and it didn't do anything. So I kind of felt responsible for it. So I paid her $100 for her little 2% that she paid like $70 for. She put like $70 to get the coin started to launch it. It's on a launch pad on Ape Store, and she paid $70 just to launch it. I gave her $100. Give me the 2%. I don't need your money. I'll use that 2% for giveaways and shit like that, whatever. But because I kind of felt responsible because I started talking about it, nobody really bought into it. I think like 2 people bought, and then they sold after a week because it didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? But that's just one thing. Like I kind of stand behind the things that I talk about. Like if I come up here and I tell you, hey, you know what? I think fucking Bitcoin is going to go to 180K at the top of the next bull run. Hey, guess what? I stand behind that. I said it. I stand behind it. And if I talk about a project, I'm going to stand behind my words. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, I don't know. I function differently than a lot of other people in the space. There's some they'll show you some shit and just move on to the next shit, and then move on to the next shit, and continuously show you shit. And you know what I'm saying? So it's I don't. There's a lot of people that I have respect for in this space, and a lot of people I don't. Yeah. And you know what I mean? And obviously by the people that I associate myself with, especially on a regular basis, I tend, like I said, we kind of hit it on this earlier, staying away from the bullshit, keep your name clean. Yep.
I think I'll say this. I think the last time I actually traded something was with you.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right, look, so we was playing Fortnite. We got to playing Fortnite, and then he was on Pump Fun, and I was like, oh, well, shit, I ain't did no good DJing in a while. So then I got on Pump Fun, and we was like, oh, did you see this? Oh, did you see that? Oh, shit, that one rugged.
We just started playing the game, and then we were like, we started talking about Pump Fun. So I was like, oh, let me go check that thing out. And of course, it's making me spaz out while it's going off. I'm like, oh, you know what? I haven't done it in a while. Let's put a couple bucks in it.
Yeah.
I lost it within like 20 minutes. People are going live like, oh, this is weird. Like,
yeah, that was before they stopped the live streams.
Yeah.
Shit got for some reason, like it was like right after that, shit got so weird with Pump Fun. Like people just started doing so much weird shit. And I'm glad the live streams kind of stopped, because I mean it was terrible. They was doing
the only reason I bought into that one, because like that guy's doing a live stream, and then his like son is in the background. I was like, there's no way he's gonna rug it with his face, his son's face, and no, it was gone.
Yeah, that remind. I got one for you, because this fucking guy, he launched it, and then he was live streaming, of course, and then he rugged the shit and cut the live stream. And I found this dude. I found out where he works. I'm dead. Hey, like some real like just pissed off DJ and shit. Hold on, let me see if I still got it. I may have deleted it already, because I kind of got over being pissed off about it. No, here it is. I got it. Let me show you this. Let me show you this piece of shit. Share window. Hey, if y'all ever see this piece of shit stealing you some shit, he's a fucking scamming piece of shit. Excuse my language, but he's a scam. He stole my $70. No, because look, no. Hey, and this is where the guy works. He actually works for the Redfin. He's a Redfin agent. Don't buy a house from this scammer piece of shit. He probably sold some scammy ass homes too. And he's in Austin. So yeah, this guy's a scammer. Stay away from him. Excuse my language, but I it's different when I'm like, I don't know who launched the token. You know what I'm saying? I DJ into some just straight garbage for no reason. But when you show your face, I got your face, and you scam me, I'm gonna find you.
Why does he look like Haktua Girl is trans?
I'm dead ass, bro. Hey, this dude. Hold on. Look. Oh no, that ain't. Oh yeah. Oh, I found. So I even messaged. I went as far as because that's for some reason it just rubbed me the wrong way, and I went as far as to I sent the email to the CEO of Redfin and told him that his agent is a scamming piece. I didn't say. Oh, I said it in a more professional manner. You know, I wasn't just going to just send him an email cussing and shit, but I sent him a very professional email saying that his one of his agents is very unprofessional and he shouldn't be on. And look, the dude, like I think he got a total of maybe like $300 out of everybody that bought in because he launched it. He was live streaming everything, and wasn't everybody really buying it. And I kind of calculated up. He only ended up rugging for like $300. Like seriously, man. How you gonna be a millionaire scammer, Dev, and you rugging for $300? Get out of here. Yeah, you gotta be on Hot Tools level. No, I'm just playing.
I mean, apparently all you have to do is name your coin butthole.
Or that.
How's it doing?
It actually went on. It's got a couple green candles. I don't know. Maybe it might be on its next wind.
Let's see here.
But it's kind of and just to so it's kind of doing what Believe's really. It's starting to do what Believe said it was going to do. Kind of get that next little up a little bit. Yeah. And then it'll probably tank, and then it might fucking just shoot up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I guess as we say, the butthole is getting pumped. But yeah, it's almost hit it just in the last hour went up to 34.60. So it's almost at that at the 236 line on fib, which is at 3.6 cents. So it'll probably continue up to there. Then it'll dump all the way down to 2.3 cents. And then we'll find out whether or not it's going to continue on from there. That would be the likeliest play out. And it could, I mean, what do you think can happen? It can go crazy. But if you're just doing standard fib retracement, if you're saying that, you know, the way the market cycle works, the way it's doing everything at a 40 million market cap, the most likely scenario is a breakdown to a 20 million market cap, and then, you know, see what happens.
Yeah. I'm just going to miss that boat. Because I'm not, yeah. It's that, and like, I guess the only reason, because for those that may just be popping in or whatnot, it's just we're talking about this because, you know, it's just one of those things. It's so weird how something like this just out of nowhere just pumps. Like I was trying to look at some of the wallets because there was some big buys come through, but it was like there was a couple wallets. It was like multiples. And I just, because I mean, we see it a lot too, where you know, you get some people that's got a lot of money just launching some shit, and they pump it to make it look like that there's a lot of people buying into it. But I don't think not on this level though, because this one, let's see, that one only had like $4,000 into it, or no, they got $4,000 profit. I don't know, man. It's just look. There was what was that? Oh no, never mind. That was the wrong one I was looking. Look, there was another $3,500 buy. Jeez, for what though? I guess, man. Well, look, hey, it's getting late, bro. Hey, look, I really appreciate you guys coming out, man, and hanging out with me for a little bit. This year has been fucking fantastic for me. I continue to meet great people, interact with great people. I've talked with Bleeds for a while, but Trucker, we started, hitting it off earlier this year, and you know what I'm saying. It's like I'm definitely glad the people that I've surrounded myself with. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, dude, this year's been great. This has been the best year. So I would honestly say this has been the best year as a doing this, whatever content creation, all this other shit. I think this is the best year I've had, and I've been doing this for a little over 4 years now. So, I mean, it's awesome to be in the know with guys like yourself. 2025 is gonna be awesome. That's all I got to say. Man, it's gonna be so dope. It's gonna be so dope.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's definitely going to be a game changer.
So where do you see yourself next year? Before we end this, let's just get some final. Where do you see yourself next year? By the end of next year,
you talking like price wise or
just with your business?
I mean, my goal for the year is to get that exchange up and running to where it's like extremely profitable and automated, and that metaverse building really taken off. I really want to kickstart that, and I think that's going to be huge because I mean the metaverse I believe is going to take a couple of years to be able to like really take off, but I want to build that foundation. And when people go into the metaverse for the first time, they see an Interlink Innovation Center that's full of businesses. I think that's going to really turn the page. So those are my two dedications for 2025.
Okay. What about you, Bleeves?
Fuck shit and whatnot. I would so as a goal, 100 to 150,000 subscribers, or up, maybe more. Would like to have YouTube, both channels, generating at least 6,000 a month each. So, and again, that's without all the other bells and whistles that go along with it. And then, do you know what I said at Christmas? So I don't know. I guess we'll be fucking neighbors or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to move out here, man, because I love my peace and quiet. So, hey, look, literally, hey, there's a couple properties for sale right up the road. I think one of them's like 3 acres, the other one's like 1.5 acres. So, they're nice. But yeah, as far as myself, I kind of did some numbers, and if I can really kick more ass than I did this year with Dragonryders Media, Dragonryders Media should have made a couple million in revenue by the end of next year.
Very nice.
So this year, like I say, this year has been it hasn't been as successful as I would have imagined, but the reality is it's been successful, and that's really all that matters. And I'm achieving some of my goals and doing things I've never done before. So, this is a great time. This is a great learning experience for me as a business person as well. And I'm gonna continue to grow. Hey, I started off Dragonryders Media, just me, in January, and I now have 4 employees, including my wife. So,
hell yeah,
working on it, man. It's just one of those things that just building stuff out and just continuing to kick ass and make phone calls and shit. But it'll be awesome, man. It'll be. I'm trying to basically. I would like to be where as much as I do not like this guy, Mr. Gockstein, as not as far as a content creator, because I don't really want to. I enjoy doing this. I don't want to turn it into a full on job to where I hate it. I like to just still continue to do this where I come on every once in a while whenever I feel like it. But as far as like business, bringing in business and stuff, I'd like to be on that level. So that's definitely one of my goals. I can definitely I kick ass within the next 2-3 years. I think I could possibly achieve it.
Yeah,
You'll be the only one of those motherfuckers I like then.
Huh?
You'll be the only one of those motherfuckers I like then.
I'd like to hit one of the events, one of the crypto events.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey man, so yeah, this year, 2025, I'll actually be attending a lot of these events. And matter of fact, I already have VidCon scheduled. I'm taking my nephew with me because he really wanted to go. So I was like, you know what? That'll be a great business because he's got his own little YouTube channel and he wants to do he plays Fortnite and stuff and Minecraft and stuff. And I said, you know what, young man, it'll be a great business opportunity for you to network. So I'm going to get him some business cards made. I'm going to have him a digital one that he has on his phone so he can just swap it by touching, you know what I mean? And get him some apparel, a little bit of some apparel made, and we're gonna go out there to VidCon and network. So that's gonna be, I think it's in June in Anaheim.
Okay.
So that's one that I'm guaranteed to be going to. I'll definitely be hitting up Nashville for the Bitcoin convention. Next year I'll definitely be hitting Art Basel. There's a whole bunch of them that I will definitely be hitting this year because I got to do a lot more networking. I got to get some more partnerships in place to do the things I want to do. But it's been an overall success, man. I've associated myself with some great people, and everybody that I talk to, for the most part, I enjoy talking to all you guys, and I learn shit all the time from you guys. Just sometimes I'll just sit back and just listen, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even think shit about that. I didn't even think about it like that. I'm saying? It helps me grow as a person too, man. Because like I say, even just doing all of this, I'm still new to it, and it's also helping my speech. I get conflurbled sometimes. I still do it, but I'm telling you, look at my first show versus now, big difference. But
yeah, I definitely appreciate you guys inviting me up here tonight. You definitely, you had some heavy hitters on the list and stuff, and please, it's a privilege to meet you. I've watched a bunch of your videos too, so it's awesome to be a part of this and included in this. So that's huge for me. Thank you.
Let's just say this. I show up for my friends. I don't have better shit to do. That's the most important thing for me.
I appreciate that.
That's why I'm here too, man. I'll put the time in. Appreciate
that, man. Tell me, we all go. Hey, wag me. We all gonna win. Is that? Wait a minute. We're all gonna make it. We're all gonna make it, baby. Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I am in talks with for those that want to continue watching. Make sure. Hey, matter of fact, make sure. Hey, go hit up Interlink. Go hit up Bleaves. If you ain't already follow them, go shoot them a follow on all their socials and all that jazz. Hit the subscribe button. Follow this and that. It's free to do. Don't be cheap because it's free. And if you ain't already, definitely shoot me a follow, like, subscribe, man, because it really helps me with all my analytics and such. And it's good to see. It's good to see the stuff continuing to grow. But yeah, I think in a week and a half, I'll be making an announcement here soon that so I'll be having Scott Herman and Ian Bentley on from WAGME to talk about the new game release and the comic stuff, man, and the animated series. So that'll be another. I think that's my next show, and then I don't know, man. I'm working on some other guests for some other stuff, but yeah, man, it's just as far as confirmed, that's going to be one of my next shows. And then yeah, man, Bitcoin is going to send along with all the other alts next month. Believe said it, and if it doesn't, we all going to go. No, I'm just playing. But no, seriously, man, this is a great outlook. If you're in cryptocurrency currently right now, definitely get to education to enhance your trading. And if you are newbies or if you aren't in crypto yet, get you some education to enhance your thought processes when it comes to this, because the overnight SHIB millionaires and stuff like that, it's not like it was a few years ago. This is a lot different. This crypto space is very different than it was a few years ago. It's still a lot of the same bullshit, but it's still a lot of it. But we got even more newer stuff to come in to help regulate that, and a lot of businesses are coming into place. So this is definitely a different time in crypto. Get you some education about yourself. Head over to, and if all of this is confusing to you, we do offer, Dragonryders Media does offer one-on-one classes via myself or Bleaves down there, man. Partner with him to offer crypto education for those that are wanting to get that one-on-one experience versus this group thing that's free. You got to pay for the one-on-one stuff, man, because we take a lot of time. We've taken a lot of time to educate ourselves, and that time is worth money. You know what I mean? So, and it's just part of the respect thing. You want to get our knowledge that we've attained over the past few years. Kind of got to pay for it, man. It is what it is. It's part of business. But definitely head over to dragonridersmedia.com, go to the cryptocurrency education tab, and definitely schedule one of those classes. They're very cheap right now. It's very cheap. I think the basic class is $100. I think so. As far as for the holiday thing, it's the holiday discount, and then the advanced class is $500. And for those that are very, very advanced, if you're a developer and you want to learn how to keep your project within the realm of being legal, I do offer developer class. Now, there's no discount for that. That one right there is $5,000 because you are actually going to be talking with a compliance officer and some legal reps. So we do offer that. But yeah, for a developer, if you are not putting money into your business, then you're setting yourself up for failure. And it's just part of the price to pay to be around for a long time, unless you're just launching to just shit on people and have a headache, and the next thing you know, you can't fucking continue your project because you're stressed out or some shit like that. Just dumb shit. Learn to get legal. If you're going to be operating in this space, learn to operate in legal capacities. Because tell you what, we've already seen it. Even with content creators, we've seen them being arrested for promoting stuff. Please do your research on yourself and on the way that you are promoting things, and whether you're marketing or you're paying for marketing, you need to do some research on this stuff, because you'll find yourself in SEC trouble in a heartbeat. So whether you use us or use someone else, get some education about what you're doing and how you're operating as a business. And with that being said, I'm going to end this. I really appreciate everybody. Thank you once again. And if you haven't tried Link's crypto app, tell you what, it's one of the best DeFi portfolios out there. It's a portfolio tracker, so you just copy and paste your wallet address, and Links will automatically populate all of the tokens associated with your wallet that you copy and paste. You can even track my wallet. If you know it, you can track my wallet. You can track anybody's wallet. You can track a developer wallet. You can see all the transactions. All the transactions will come through, and it'll tell you price points. It'll tell you dollar cost average, profit loss, and all that stuff. So definitely give it a check out. It's free. Don't be cheap. That being said, appreciate it. Thank you very much. See y'all later.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing inside of me. You better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day.